Well, hello. Hey, I've got a stand-in for Shadowhawk. Check this out. Hello. Welcome to the 4 o'clock Shadow. I am your host, Devil, the original Devil Flyer. Yeah, it's me, Rex. Hello, and I can't see any of the chat till we start on Restream. That's which is I know Shadowhawk was in there telling everyone hell and welcome to the 4 o'clock Shadow, as he usually does, and Omer Glitch was in there as well, and I've sent him the link. So I don't know where he's at. Good thing you know about Restream is you can put an overlay there and put in your comments like hello, and that'll pop up in a minute. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. So that hurts the algorithm right there. Apex Comics in the house. He will be joining us Sunday. I guess that's the only time I could get him to talk about Fembat. So whenever he his kind of renewed his campaign, and I wanted to revisited Fembat campaign. Sunday's the earliest he can come on. I'm fine with that. He's not stupid. He says, "Man, I'm going to get that weekend crowd." Hell yeah! Uh, had a good time over on Omer Glitch's Hump Day show uh, last night. I didn't do topic list. I tried to rest more uh, and rest up even for the Hump Day show and rest afterwards. Even though I've really been cutting back on TV, which I've been watching a lot of westerns and stuff to kind of get me in the mindset, dialogue, different plot ideals, just different. Not so much that it's just the dialogue and stuff. Uh, did you see the Battlehawk piece I sent you earlier? Don't show it yet. Just wondering if you saw it. Uh, so he doesn't want to show it to you, to Omer. So don't show it. Apparently, spoiler. He's getting puffed up now. Shadowhawk. If he can't show his stuff, he gets puffy. See, and he doesn't speak.
Hello.
Mylin coming.
I was
Yeah.
watching the chat. I was watching the show on the other end and looking
Okay.
at the
And
comments.
probably echo, right?
Yeah, I had to lower you so it wouldn't
Always
echo.
mute that. Yeah. Before you come in.
Am I echoing now?
Oh, horribly. Yes. No. You're fine. I
Oh my
told
god! I'm
somebody
gonna
that.
destroy this computer. I'm gonna destroy it.
I know, right? Yeah. I told somebody that. Look at this. Now this would make a cool, Shadowhawk like character. Look at that.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
It
saw the
looks
one you sent me
badass.
over on I guess what is this? Is this Instagram, Facebook? I don't know. You sent me on Facebook. I think. Yeah, it looks cool. Shadow. Wonder who did that one. Who did that? Looks good.
I love it when they carry on a conversation by themselves. Nobody knows what to talk about anyway.
It looks like a devil flyer. You just painted red, Shadow. He's he's. Can I show it? Oh, I don't know if I should
He
show it. I was
says
gonna
it
show it here
wasn't
on camera.
Omer spoilers. He says not yet again. So
Okay.
he's saying no, not
No,
yet.
no, don't show.
hmm But I can show what I did last night, and you can probably show what you did last night on the Hump Day show.
On the
I did
hump
as you
day.
know, I did a Geo in color. So I'm kind of limited on my marker colors right now, but that's what I came up with. And I can't remember what you were working on, Omer.
I was working on this tin soldier guy, and
Oh, you are? Okay, to finish
yeah,
that up.
and
Okay.
this one I was
Is that
finishing it.
finished yet or
No, I'm gonna. I don't like the way the background's coming out and the building, so I might throw some
Okay.
paint on it or readjust it. I don't know.
And the other character, was that a character of Apex Comics?
This is Levi's
Oh, Levi's from
Silver Bug.
Memorial Day Park.
Yeah, Silver Bug.
Silver
Just need,
Bug. Yeah.
just need a little bit here. Some inking. Yeah.
I've noticed that Omer Glitch's heads for men are larger than they are for women. It may be the hair. You know, your heads are smaller on women for some reason. But then that's kind of it, right? I mean, take 10 Soldier there. He's more blockhead, you know, in
Yeah.
configuration. And women are more like slimming in most cases,
Well,
right? Their
so
skull configuration, big heads, yes.
my board is a little
I
bit at
get
an
it.
angle. So if I kind of flatten it, it looks less big. There's kind of straight on, as opposed if I let it fall,
Well,
it still
you
looks
know,
really
if
big.
your drawing table, and we've talked about this behind the scenes, but if it's at an angle and you're shooting it here on camera, it can skewer the way things look.
Yeah, just a
Uh,
little bit.
and this was a down shot on this one anyway, was it not?
Yeah,
No. Okay, what is that?
I colored this up a little bit last night for fun off camera. Just added some ballpoint pencil. I'm gonna add
Again,
some water.
what is that?
It's a like a troll or a goblin. I don't know. It's a
Oh,
fantasy
okay,
character.
okay,
Yeah, I don't know.
okay.
I just made it up.
He just made
Just
it up. Okay,
gave her horns and a mohawk and just
yeah.
trying to come up with like cool looking characters.
I'd say you succeeded. You know, like the mohawk in between the horns. That's cool. And yet it still has the, you know, the what do you call it, ponytails. Yeah, gonna be blue skin. There we go.
Yeah.
Now we do have a theme today, Omer.
What is it
So
then?
you know, just stay on task with me a little bit
All
here.
right. All right. All right.
Okay.
All right.
And before I really get started, the theme is in the title: enhanced covers and autographs. Apex says "Relentless 10 Midget."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Munchkin. Relentless
Yeah.
10 Munchkin. You
Yep.
probably couldn't use Munchkin though, right? That's probably copyrighted, I would think. Uh, or is it? Do
I don't know.
Munchkins go back past the Wizard of Oz, or were they in the original Frank Oz books? I'm not sure. Has anybody read the original Frank Oz books that inspired Wizard of Oz? Because there was many stories told about Frank Oz. And you know where Oz came from? His file
Was it?
cabinet. OZ.
Oh
There's a
wow,
story behind that. But
that's neat.
yeah, what is your favorite enhanced cover for a comic book? Or should I list a few? And we'll see examples of most of them today if we get to it. And I plan to get to it with or without you, Homer, just to let you know.
No, no,
I
no.
appreciate you
I will stay
being
on task.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I like to hear a reaction shot about what I'm talking about, but it's
Right.
not
Right.
necessary. You know,
I kick you. I
I
kick you. I
well, I
kick you.
mean, this guy on X, right? And shout out to and it's in the title. Shout out to Michael W. Snow, and I did sub to you, Michael. A few people like Marcus, and I don't know if Omer Glitch, if you are Omer, if
I'm not
you're
familiar. I'm not
okay.
familiar.
I wasn't either, and I wasn't following him on X. And
Let me go
this
follow
is
him
the
now.
4 o'clock shadow, but I put it's the 460 shadow clock shadow today. And why is that? Because we hit 460 on subs, and we are on
Hell
our way
yeah.
to 500 subs. Not more, Omer Glitch. Marcus says. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Haters gonna
Uh,
hate, I guess.
it looks good and colorful. Apex says
Thank you,
relentless
sir.
10 midget will punch you in the balls. Mike Walters in the house.
Oh man.
Birkin and Larkin, Gable Penny shot. Apex
Oh
says.
yeah.
Uh, we appreciate everyone that listens to our radio for the theater for the mind, like their radio. Del A blank cover for Remarks. Yeah, that's his favorite. Uh, I really
And
like the holofoil type stuff.
yeah,
I
I was gonna
like
say the
acetate covers.
foils. Yeah,
I have an acetate cover.
you like that
Midnight.
ass taste cover? That ass taste cover?
See, I can already see I'm going to have to kick him.
Kick him in the balls.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you are sitting down most of the time, and probably rather short. Uh,
Invited.
Marcus says he's Smokey, that concat in the chat. I don't know what that is, so we'll just proceed forward, Marcus.
Oh, he's probably driving, so he's probably like doing auto text or something.
Maybe, yeah. Autocorrect, sends him off the cliff. Whee!
Yeah.
Drive safely out there if you
Yes,
are
sir.
driving, and I don't say that just to Marcus, but to any of you.
Oh yeah, I
Don't.
am following Michael Snow. He's got the midgets and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, is there any particular? I mean, if you think about it, there's die cut, there's chromium, there's lenticular, there's acetate, there's and I have an acetate cover planned for Midnight in the Roustabouts. Uh, I eventually do after the pulp, which is going to be a painted cover.
He's got an Image Zero autographed by Dan Pacino, Jim Lane, Steve Olive, Brian. I think it's Brian Chin.
Who we're talking about here?
Mark Silvestri. Michael Snow.
Oh, it's the Smoky Concat. I know, and we'll take a look at some of those. So good call on that, Shadowhawk. He is a spoiler. Nobody knows what he's talking about, but he's talking. So that's something.
Yeah.
It's like Elsie in that. Justin Belmont in the house. Congratulations on your little girl. Loves you,
Yeah.
love bug.
Love you, love bug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was unaware
Hi, Gary.
of Michael W. Snow, but what he's doing is 365 days of showing books that he has autographed in his collection, and in those are a lot of enhanced covers, from the 90s.
Are they enhanced via Viagra?
See, I knew this isn't going to work, but I gave him a shot, folks.
I'm trying the blue stuff.
If Rex starts turning red, then
Enhance, enlarge.
The Embiggen, yes, engage.
Yeah.
That is Michael's X that I just dropped in the chat. If anyone wants to give him a follow over there on X, one thing that he is dropping, along with some of Marcus's artwork and other things that Marcus posts, are 365 days of his autographed books. And I went back. I didn't highlight every one of them, but most of them, a bunch of them. And he started off with Spawn #1.
Oh.
Now, there's different things when it comes.
I have 2 Spawn #1 signed by Todd. Nobody else but Todd on those.
Well, he says if you personally, if he would give him something else to autograph. That's one thing about autographs, is that there's certain books for certain reasons that Rob Liefeld and Todd may not sign for some reasons. There's certain issues that says, well, I won't sign that particular issue. I don't sign that for anyone. And they have their own reasons. That's something you might encounter in autographs. And Todd McFarlane himself says, don't. I personally, they printed a bunch of Spawn #1s, and I would get something else for me to sign, because I've signed a ton of these. So having Spawn #1, even say in 9.8 or 10.0 condition, and him sign it, is not going to increase the value of it that much, because there's so many out there. And I get that, but that is something to consider.
Feel free to burn your Spawn #1s autographed by Todd and unautographed by Todd. I would appreciate it. Go
Yeah,
ahead and
there's
burn it.
nothing I can do about that, and it's well, I mean, there probably is Carrie. I have windows up here, but I'd have to, it does that. It fluctuates, and it's my internet. But thanks for pointing that out for me. Uh, Everybody's saying hi to everyone, and hi everyone. By the
I
way,
have a Spawn 200, the alternate Jim Lee cover, autographed by Jim Lee and Todd. Now that's a good one.
I've got a short box. I try and keep all the signed ones in there.
Oh,
One thing
nice.
you run into is, and then convention programs. I've got a convention program now. I wasn't at that convention, but I bought it on eBay. Oh gosh, maybe 20 years ago. I'm thinking, if not more than 20 years ago. It had like 20 different signatures in there and one or two remarks.
Oh,
It has
nice.
and some of the creators like Dave Cockrum, Dick Garagano, they're passed away now. So, but now, if you wanted to get something like that graded, slabbed, and I've considered that, you would have to pay at least, or it used to be like at least $5 per signature, and it wouldn't really make that feasible to have it slabbed, a book like that with that many autographs.
Yeah.
Even with CBCS, which I know people, they start to shut down when I talk about slabbing, but you had to consider that with some books. You just have to. I have my Spawn Batman signed by Todd McFarlane. That's cool. And they
Ooh, that's a
actually
good one.
did the second one of Spawn Batman was done by Klaus Janson, right? First one by Todd McFarlane. He showed his artwork for that particular cover, Spawn Batman cover, recently on X. He posted that, him holding it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
I know Michael Snow in IRL. What is that,
In
Omer?
real
Just
life. In real
in real
life.
life. Okay. Um, Shadow
Oh,
Hawk.
yeah? So you know his address. So we can go hit him up and take all those lovely books off his hands, huh, Marcus? Sting operation in effect. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just
Now,
kidding.
some of the signatures you may not. I just want to generally talk about, signed comics and enhanced covers and certainly he's been. I'm not sure when it. Let's see. He started June 4th, 2024. So I guess he's going to go up to June of this year with autographs. I don't know that I have all mine wrangled up together where I could do 365 together. I have shown autograph, ones on here, and some of them have multiple uh, autographs. That
Yeah.
one
So
I
does that count
showed
as
you,
one, or does that count like as each one is a day? How do you count that?
each one's a day, and I did call him out on one. He did one twice. Now maybe he had two copies of it,
Oh,
you know,
right, right.
but
Yeah.
going through all those bins, sort of going through those.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if
I
I
said,
have
how does that count?
365 autographs. I don't know. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I certainly don't have them all together.
Yeah. I might. I might. I've done a bunch of. I've gone to a bunch of cons. I've gotten a bunch of autographs. So
A lot of these that he had, and he's an older guy like I am. I don't know that he's my age, but um, I do not recognize some of these books. I think this is a variant cover, Coven. So
are
some of
you
these I
are you
I have
are you
not seen
sharing
them.
it with us?
Well,
Oh,
I mean, if you
okay.
give me a
There you go.
second,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
like
I
I
thought you.
asked him about coming on. He's like, "Well, I'm ready. Send me the link." And it's like, "Yeah, let me get in there first." Impatient.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Have you seen this particular one? This is from Impact or Awesome, I guess, comics.
No, I haven't seen that cover. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Maybe it's an exclusive.
A lot of these were unfamiliar to me.
Yeah, I remember the title Coven. Those what is it?
Or
Churchill?
I have no idea. Well, Fraga is just, let's see, one of the most talented. I guess that was a Fraga cover, Dan Fraga cover.
It does have
I
his
really don't
autograph
know his
there.
art
Dan
style
Frank.
enough, you know.
I
Uh,
wouldn't have guessed. It looks because that's Ian Churchill. He's such a good artist. I believe it's Churchill.
well, usually he says on here, and it says, because I love this cover, it's a variant issue, and well, Fraga is just IMO, and I don't know what that means, one of the most talented industry guys today. Most of them he has, a
Labels or
picture of the
whatever.
whole cover and then a close up of the signature. The next one's Sergeant Rock Special #1, which I have not seen. Michael Golden cover signed by him. Well, no.
Wow.
Okay, Michael Golden must have did the insides, or maybe he did the inks over, because this is definitely, and I can see it's Walt Simonson cover. I've not seen this particular issue, even though it's DC Comics. Bring it up here. Ian Churchill, yeah. All new
Oh, that's
tales of
dope.
blazing battle action. That's obviously a Walt Simonson cover.
And does he have it autographed by both Walt and?
No, just Michael Golden. So Michael Golden must have done something on this issue.
That's
And then he
him.
has
It's
the close
autographed
up
on the.
of his
Yeah.
signature.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, he does that almost. Just stick with me. We'll get there.
Very nice. Very nice. I like
Very
it.
nice. Yeah. Uh, Original Sin storyline you're talking about. Oh, okay, that's Dexter. Okay, they're talking about the new Dexter series in the chat. Uh, it's called Dexter Resurrection, about Dexter as a kid. Of course, Dexter being a serial killer. But now, Original Sin was a story dealing with the Watchers, and like the Watcher's father makes his first appearance. I do think that I don't know if it's a zero issue or what. You had to check that out. Yeah, I mean that's unusual to see Walt Simonson uh, war
Sergeant Rock
cover like
cover.
that,
Yeah.
Sergeant Rock cover. Yeah, but
I remember that story, the original sin from the Bible.
Marcus Killigrew, one of the he reposts Marcus stuff. Here is, and this is posted a while back. So this will be a blast for the past. But check that out, Giant Size Invaders recreation of that cover by Marcus.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Hordes of Hitler. I guess
He
maybe
just
Frank
wanted.
Springer.
Marcus just wanted to draw that Nazi sign. The Nazis. He wanted to draw that Nazis. Marcus, we know what you're trying to do, Marcus.
The next one is Cave Woman. Cave Woman ran in black and white and color, plus a bonus rare variant action figure that he has signed as well. He says, I hosted a Bud Root at a con about a decade ago. My mass hole in arms. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know he's got some misspelling things in here, because it says it rain in black and white instead of ran in black and white. So some of this might be, but it says mass hole in arms. I
Massa.
love our smoke break chats together. So signed by Bud Root, I think in 2022 there. Okay. And this is kind of my jam, because this looks like it's colored in uh color pencils like you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a very traditional feel to Caliber
That looks
Press
great.
book.
That
Yeah,
looks
I
great.
mean the coloring's different on something like that. Print's different. It's just got a different grainier look to it, and I like it.
I like it. I like it.
Here's another one. That's nice.
Ooh, ooh la la. Hey,
It's kind
mama.
of black and white, enhanced by a little bit of color there for the lettering.
Enhance those tatas.
And then here, look at that Cave Woman variant
Ooh,
toy
it's a
signed by
toy.
Bud.
Now you can play with her things.
And look at that, he did a remark of half her face there.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's remark. You know, I don't know what you think about that drawing on the plastic or whatever. That plastic's going to yellow over time, but
Yeah, it's so cool though.
it's cool. It's and some people like I've got one signature done by Gil Kane, I believe,
Oh
maybe
wow.
Walt Simonson too, where they sign the poly bag, and the poly bag might even be printed on, but that poly bag is not going to last forever.
Oh
You,
yeah, I
you
wouldn't
don't
get
want to leave
polybag.
it on
Sorry.
your book, really.
Yeah.
Um, Justin's in the house, and one of the ones that he was showing up was Smokes the Fox, because some of these are crowd-funded books that he has signatures on.
Oh wow.
So
Is
he
that
has
signed by
a.
Justin?
I knew you were going to ask me that. No, it's not. It's it's
Ramos,
Ramos. Yeah,
the
Rodney
artist.
Ramos, I guess.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's cool. Yeah, that's still cool.
Now what? Now what did Ramos do? Did he do the coloring on the project, or do you know?
Uh, I thought he was an artist. I don't know.
Okay, he's
Probably
the artist. Okay, I
inker,
didn't know.
inker. Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay, and then
I
another
downloaded.
one.
I got the digital tier for that stuff from Belmont, but I don't know if the link's been sent or not yet.
Cyber Rad number 5 from October 1991, signed by the late Neil Adams, Peter Stone, and Richard Bennett on this one. Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, that's a cool one.
Neil Adams cover here. I am not a machine.
I am not a machine.
There's the signatures there. Yeah, close up. I've not seen this particular cover on Cyber Rad, although I do have. Cyber Rad number 1 was die cut. Did you know
Right.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got that one.
Detron, I don't know who, and Michael Turner.
Detron's a colorist or inker. I think he's an inker.
What I consider to be one of my top 5 comics in my entire collection. So he really esteems this one.
Yeah. Well, it's
Witchblade.
Michael Turner, you know. Yeah.
Well, a few years ago, Omer, I actually bought some books, looked up some books, and his Aspen books were cheaper. I mean, I was getting his signatures for under $10, the books.
Right.
Uh, Here, apparently, this is Dynamic Forces. Here's another thing to think about. 1,824 out of 5,000 copies. Chuck Dixon and Gary Kawaps, something like that. Punisher War Journal 61 here.
They're dope.
Yeah, that looks like it may be a full enhanced cover.
Yeah.
I don't have that particular one. But there you go. Signed and numbered. Close up. Almost looks like a Michael Golden type face to me. Very beefy. Punisher's been beefy ever since Mike Zeck did that limited series in the 80s, with
Yeah.
certain artists. Very, very influential, I would say, on the look of Punisher for several artists. This next one, Razor Annual number 1 from London Night Studios. I picked out some of these because we've talked about books like this.
Hmm.
And she number 1 from Crusader Comics, and her first appearance in Razor Annual number 1 here. So we have a twofer. So sometimes he doubles up on that stuff. Premiere issue.
Yeah, that's
Got a
rad.
lot of gold there. I assume this is the original number 1 of she. I thought I bought a number 1 back in the day, but I'm not sure. I think I did.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
think I have that one, But I did buy the omnibus he did with the She's One Through Whatever, the original, and it's got that cover. Now
This
that is
has
an awesome cover. That razor, that's badass. Is
it
that Son of
almost
Bisley?
looks. No, I did. Yeah, I was going to say it almost has a Bisley look to it, but it's Mark somebody done in 2003. So when this came out, but
Mark
multiple
Jesco?
signatures. Hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very
Yeah, I
nice.
picked some of these because I haven't seen them. Joe
Joe Jesco.
Linsner. This is a Wizard half edition. Uh,
Oh, that's
I do
awesome.
have a couple of her Dawn, of a couple of his Dawn books signed by him.
Right. Yeah, I think I've got a few myself.
I've not seen this Wizard half edition. You had to send off for these things. So they are promo comics. Promo
Yeah,
comics
I
generally
have
don't
that one.
aren't as collectible.
Yeah,
You're ready for the Shadowverse? There you go.
the Shadowverse. I'm ready for the Battlehawk verse.
Here you
Oh,
go.
the
A Walt
Shadowverse.
Simonson cover, Cyber Force Zero from
Very
Image.
nice. Yeah,
And I know Shadowhawk's going to say, "Oh, I had that. Yeah, I've got
that's a
multiple issues of
classic.
that
Yeah.
probably." Signed by Walt Simonson with
Simon,
a big O always.
big O O O.
Oh,
He gives
oh,
you the
oh,
big
oh,
O O
oh,
O.
oh. Orgasm, right?
Mm-hmm.
John Romita Jr. and Klaus Jensen both signed this one, Punisher Warzone 1.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I got JR signature on a bunch of those war journals,
I
but
got your
not
Bullet
Johnson's.
Boys. And then we have Infinity Gauntlet cover by George Perez, signed by George
Oh
Perez. And
wow,
his
that's
signature usually he puts up in the logo. I've got a few signed like that up in the logo.
that's cool.
Got one that's in humans, like from the Bronze Age, early book signed by him in ballpoint. Prophet, I picked out some of these because I know there's some Image fans out there, and we don't focus on the Image books that much here, but
Yeah,
a little Rob Liefeld there. But this one is signed by Dan. What was his name? Last name?
Pacino, Pacino,
Pacino there on the blade.
Pacino.
Those, and then we have Night Thrasher #1. Remember him? Signed by Fabian, whatever his last name is.
Nassisi.
Yeah, and this is an enhanced sort of glittery, full
Yeah, it's
red.
got that foil wrapping. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah,
yeah.
pretty dope.
So
Got it.
personally, do you think that and Daryl Banks, and he does the little dollar sign. I've actually got a Green Lantern sign or a couple of Green Lanterns signed by him. Oh, and you know what? That Hey, Marcus, if you're still there, tell him this is a rare low print book because it has the DC Universe barcode. I don't know if he's aware of
What?
that. Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
If you
very
see this
cool.
DC
Yeah,
Universe barcode, it's lower print. It's probably some of the
nice.
lowest print DC. If you go to your local comic book shop and you see any of these DC Universe, even if they got 3 or 4 copies of it, buy them all.
Buy all
You know,
three.
yeah.
Nice.
All right. And here is a picture of Michael W. Snow himself that he posted.
Oh, now I know who to hit. That's
Mm,
it. It's
mm.
over. Hmm. He looks like
That-
a jet settler. He's
Well,
traveling
he
the
was
world.
jet setting. He was taking off. This is Pat Broderick. I do have this issue, and Joe Staten signed Green Lantern #19. That's a nice one.
Oh
Special
yeah, that's
50th
very cool.
anniversary issue. 50 years of Green Lantern, celebrating a Gil Kane cover, inked by Gil Kane. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Joe Staten was one of the first creators I ever met. I have not met Pat Broderick. That's why I'd like to get him on here. Rick Leonardi, I never can remember his name without looking at it. This is what I remember as from
I
his work
love
because I have
Rick
so many
Leonardi.
of them.
I remember
Red
like
Bull enhanced cover. A lot of those first issues of 2099, I guess they were all enhanced, right? It was the 90s.
Right.
It's interesting to look at people's different signatures, though, and see how they sign things.
Yeah. Holy
Like I
cow.
said, Frank Miller kind of got lazy and just says FM, and now you can't even read it saying FM. This is
Yeah.
a turtle signed by Kevin Eastman with a remark. Now, that's something we need to talk about.
Wow.
Remarks do increase the value besides an autograph. I would say more so if an
Then the
artist has a
autograph.
remark on it.
Yeah.
Elsie bought some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books. He bought a lot of them, about 5 or 6 of them, a small lot, and they all had remarks by Kevin Eastman on there. Maybe even a Laird remark. I don't know. Um, I think he bought the whole thing for about $10. I don't know, on eBay, something like that.
Wow.
It was a ridiculous price. Oh, you know what? He might have paid $50, but I think that's what it was. But he had, 5 or 6 of them, whatever, half dozen of them, right?
Right.
He
10,
sold
6,
each
6.
one for what it cost him for all of them. He sold each one for $50
Wow.
because they had the remarks on their original
Right.
artwork. So that remarks can increase the price.
Yeah.
Here's Web of Spider-Man. Holographic. Remember these?
Yeah, those were weird. Like they're cool, but they're not cool. Like just
Polybag.
because the hologram is in the middle, like kind of weird. I don't
Well,
know.
limited technology then. That's the way they did the lenticular covers at first.
Right. And they
This
were
is signed.
expensive. I remember those being like $5, $6 to buy that issue, and I was just like, oh my god.
Well, I got a bunch of these. I've still got a bunch of these.
Yeah.
The different ones that came out in this run. The different titles.
Right.
When I bought
Spectacular,
that
Web
comic
of.
book store out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had them. I might have had it one issue. In
Right.
my collection, but I've got multiples of some of these. So I think they'll hold up in time. I mean, I think Spider-Man 2099 makes his first appearance in one of these things. This
Oh yeah.
one's
Yeah.
signed by Rick Leonardi and Alex Sav- Savica. I never can say his last name.
Yeah. I can't say his
He's an
name either.
older creator that goes all the way back to the 50s, at least.
Right.
I did not know
Selvig. I
that.
think that's how you say
Now,
his
this
name.
is a
Selvig.
great one, signed by Mark Texeran. This is a glow in the dark cover. I remember when this came out,
Yeah.
and it's
Got a couple
grainy
copies.
feeling. The
Yeah.
the flame is grainy feeling.
Right. Yeah. It has a texture on it because
Got
it's
a
paint.
texture, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
But it's glow in the
Mark
dark.
Teixeira.
Now, you need to keep these glow in the dark covers, or like I think Dan Fraga did a heat sensitive cover, one of the image book. You need to keep that out of the light. You need to keep these things out of the light because they will lose their effectiveness over time, but less so if you keep them in the dark.
Yeah,
Constantly.
don't those turn yellow? Like if you leave them in the sun too long, they like the flame part,
Yeah, you're
the
gonna
light
have
turns yellow.
chemical reaction. Yeah, so you need to,
Yeah.
watch these. Here you go, Fiendish #1, Rainey's book, signed
Ooh.
with a little heart
Ooh.
there. I wouldn't really call that a
Oh.
remark though.
Ooh.
It's part of the signature. Oh, and apparently it's got a little. It's the early one where the covers were messed up.
Oh,
Remember
the
the little
scratch.
indentation?
Yeah. It's got that.
Well, it was a little indentation, like in Boss thing on the. I'm
Yeah, in
not
the
sure
corner.
if my Fiendish #1 has that or not, to tell you the truth. And it may have been. It may have been that I can't even remember the cover that I got. If I got this cover, because there are different covers.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
I've got it. I don't think mine has the emboss in it. If it does, I didn't care.
Here's an old one, Vic Carabata. Rest in peace. So apparently he's passed away. Two Gun Kid 97, 15 center, late 60s, early 70s on that book. Signed on the cover. That's unusual because back then they signed on the insides. Um, but everybody's about signing them, keep them in the
Unless
dark.
you asked for them back then. Yeah.
Savuk something. I don't know. Savey Uck. Okay. $3 to $5 raw for that. Don't know what for for these holographic ones. Yeah,
Civic?
they
Civic?
wear off really easily too. Just fragile technology. Yeah, hologram. hmm He was all over the place for a while. Yeah, he even did some. Yeah, well, he's supposed to make you think of skateboarding. Didn't he even have a Night Thrasher? Even have a skateboard, maybe?
Yeah, Night
But
Thrasher
yeah,
has
he
a
did some
skateboard.
X-Men. Leonardo did. Uh,
Yeah, Leonardo's awesome. I love Leonardo.
Secret City Saga Zero, cover A by Walt Simonson here, and this was Jack Kirby's Secret City Saga. Uh,
You got a bunch of those. I think 3 or 4 of those.
Steve Ditko did some of that, and Satan Six was in the backup of this. Several different characters in here. Uh, Bill Clinton was on a couple of the covers of Secret City Saga. He was president at the time, unfortunately. Not a big Bill Clinton fan or any. Marvel #1. This is an Aztec cover. Alex Ross and Kurt Busiek signed. Take off of reminiscent of Marvel Comics #1. Timely.
Human Torch.
And just pen technology. Some signed in gold and silver, like on this. To sign on different surfaces, not just paper. Uh, ballpoint wouldn't do well on this at all. So that's something to consider. Bob Almond signed this one, Warlock in the Infinity Watch, early '90 book. Yeah, but he signed it, see, on the splash page.
Nice.
So if you do slab that, you're not going to be able to see it. If you do have it just in a board and bag taped up, you won't be able to see it unless you open it up. I have ordered off certain things and gotten signatures inside. I'm sure some of you have too. This is totally embossed cover. First printing because it's white. The second printing was red. Fantastic Four 373 from 1999, signed by Tom DeFalco.
Very nice.
Which this one, you had to be careful how you store it, I think, because embossed covers like that can affect others in your collection and flatten out over time too. Steve Geiger, cover artist, signed this one, I guess. Punisher World War Journal 50.
Yeah, I always liked that cover. That was pretty badass.
Yeah. Signed there on the side. So trying to be unintrusive, with the signature. Superman, the Man of Steel. I think this is a Bogdanovich cover. A Bog cover.
Yeah, that guy's name is really hard to say, huh?
Yeah, I just call him Bog. Um, this one's signed by Louise Simonson. That's another thing. How many times does Louise Simonson sign? You know, um, yeah, I got a bunch of this 0 hour stuff when uh,
Yeah, that
I
comic
bought
shop.
that comic shop
David
out
Mack
after my
did
fire.
that by
This is
Buzz.
Kabuki from 1995. Variant cover apparently Dave Mack. So some of these variant covers might be harder to find than others, even in the limited run on the indie scenes, especially
Oh,
signed.
signed by Buzz, David Mack, and he's got 3 or 4 signatures on there.
Oh yeah, I see 4 signatures there at least, maybe three, because one of those may be printed on.
Right.
David Mack.
Oh,
Let's see. I have to. And Buzz. Okay, so 2 signatures. It looks like
the
more than
other,
that on there,
yeah,
does
the other 2 in the middle are their signatures on the actual artwork.
is printed, right?
It's
Okay.
printed, yeah. So
Bart
Buzz is on
Sears
top.
on Turok #1. Now here's right in the middle, like you were saying, but now the dinosaurs are embossed as well on that, I believe.
Yeah,
This was way overprinted. It'll never be worth much at all.
and that's
Signed by
a
Bart Sears.
foil paste on. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
those yellow and green over time, if they're exposed to the sun too long, and they just and in general too, like they turn green.
but who's keeping theirs out in the you know,
Well, I
sun?
think even in the board and bag they turn green. So the yellow and green.
See,
Oh,
I
that's
like
awesome.
this,
Yeah, that's Joe
but
Q.
at the same time, it's a busy cover. It is a busy cover.
Where's
Event
that
comic.
autograph? Yeah, I've got those 22 Brides ish covers, but I don't have that cover. That's awesome. Oh, Fabian Massisi sent that one.
Yeah, Sandman 57 here,
Yeah, that's awesome.
signed by Mark Hampel. Here's one of Marcus's John Buscema romance covers that he posted.
Nice.
It
Hey,
doesn't
let me
even
tell
really look like John Buscema, does it?
not at all, not at all. Looks like totally generic
That's
old
early though,
50s artist.
1952. I didn't know he went back that far in comics.
Hey
I knew he
Rex,
went back to the.
did I tell
Uh,
you Rex, I'm gonna start posting romance covers for a whole year? I'm just gonna take Marcus's covers and repost them the following day.
okay, that tracks. Marcus, let me know out in the chat if you want me to kick him. Ash Can mini comic here. Mark by signed by Mark
Bagley.
Bagley. I've got some of his signed, but not a
That's
mini
cool.
comic.
Look at that. I've never seen that comic or that pose by Mark Bagley. That looks like a McFarlane. Like the body looks like McFarlane and the head looks like
Apparently,
Bagley.
this was a mini comic that came polybagged with the Wizard.
That's
They did
awesome.
they did release stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
Mhm.
Wonder what Wizard issue it was.
It might say on the cover here if you can blow it up. I don't. It just says Wizard Mini Comic 3. So I'm sure you can do a search on eBay, and you could probably get that from.
Well, I know I have issues
Is it
one
Wizard
through.
Press number 52, December
Oh, there you go.
1995? There you go.
That's why I don't have it. I have issues 1 through 30 of Wizard.
Okay. Yeah, it could get expensive after a time. London Night Studios from 95, Strike Zero, signed by Slick and Everett Hartsoe.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
he's got quite the obscure indie comics, in this batch,
Mhm.
which is kind of my
Hatsuo?
jam.
Is that how you say his name? Hartso? Hatsuo?
Heart
Hatsu.
Hartsoe, Hartsoe. How would you say it?
I don't know. Hartso, yeah.
Pat
I never
Broderick
knew how to say
cover
his name.
here and signed by him, full enhanced again, silver four
Yeah, that dude.
around the edging,
1999.
which all those 2099 were like that. Pat Broderick. Where do you like placement of your signatures? I guess it matters on the art, right? Some people like
Yeah.
to put it up in the logo. Uh,
Yeah, if the logo's not busy, yeah, that's a good spot. I could see
Here's a
that.
chromium cover. Remember chromium?
Yeah.
It was flat, but you could tell it was sort of embossed, made underneath to give you that depth. Signed by Bob Layton here. That has
Oh,
Eternal
that's awesome.
Warrior on the cover as well. Bloodshot Zero issue. Charles Vest, he would be a good one to have. Double size of annuals. It doesn't even have to be in the regular run. We
That's
have a
awesome.
Spider-Man Annual 1 there. Nice Charles Vest cover and signed by him on the cover. Nice painted cover. Another one by Daryl Banks, signed by him. Issue 75 this time. That's his last stand on it. Omar will be right back, he says. Vic was a golden age artist. Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the 50s, that's golden age, right? The Simonsons are often at HeroCon. Yeah, I figured she probably signed more than you know. Keep them in, keep them in dark as much as possible. Some of these comics need to be stored away anyway. I mean, I wouldn't put anything on display too long. That's kind of what they do. Jim Starlin signed here, Warlock. This looks a little wonky to me. It just does. You know, the outfit, not necessarily the anatomy, but the way it's put together, it just looks a little wonky, doesn't it? Sorry, Jim Starlin. This looks a little wonky. I think he's pretty much self-taught. He started out in the fanzines in the late 60s, early 70s. I've got an example of his early work when he wasn't even signing it Starlin. He was signing it Star, which is unusual. This is signed by Brian Polito, Stephen Hughes, and Jason Jensen. Lady Death issue. And these aren't some of the ones that are really the worst as far as having 2 or 3 signatures on there. These so far have been ones that are kind of out of the way signatures. But I think if you get too many signatures on them, he does have some examples of that we'll look at. It kind of distracts from the artwork big time. Lee Weeks here. Comics Greatest World, these #1 issues. This is a Frank Miller cover. I think some of these are definitely worth picking up. They're cheap. You can get them cheap now, but especially like Ghost #1 makes her first appearance. I bought about 3 or 4 issues of #1. Why? Adam Hughes cover, Adam Hughes artwork. First appearance of Ghost, and I really like that character. I think that character's going to go somewhere. Bob Wire, of course, had a movie made. Speculative Market. Here's another Joe Linsner signed one, Wizard Half Edition that you would have had to originally have sent off for. And Youngblood, #2. Signed by Rob Liefeld. That's not a very good signature. I think clarity of signature, this almost looks like I don't even want to say smudged, a smooged, probably in a Sharpie. Always, if you're going to have something signed in person, take a picture, get some, I would say at the time of signing for Providence, Rodney Ramos here, Future Force, Ryan the Future Force. Free Upper Deck Valiant era cards in those things. So a little insert. Dark, George Perez, Joseph Naftali, I guess, the Continuum Comics from '93. This is issue 4. I have some dark. The eyes are red. I think I have this particular one. This is George Perez cover. There's your shark representation blue. Nice cover by Perez. Signed on the inside here by the creators. Would you prefer your signatures on the inside where it doesn't interrupt, a great busy cover like this? Or would you rather have them make it even busier by signing it on the cover? Here you go, another chromium cover they did back in the day. The X-Men Alpha, which is sort of the X-Men sort of in a what-if future. What they call that? Apocalypse, something. Wolverine missing one hand. I don't believe I ever saw the Dark comic before. Yeah. Hey, Eric and Boyd. Hey, we're not talking politics, so we don't have to run you off. Hero Shack in the house. Hello, Hero Shack. It's good to see you, sir, along with Eric. Uh, just checking to make sure you have a wrench, I believe. Laugh Out Loud, my covers are blank on the inside, so I always try to sign inside. Yeah, some comics and brochures and things like that have, areas where you can sign. I'm wonky. Okay. I love Jim Starlin. Yeah. Oh, I'm wonky for criticizing his figure. Got it. Uh, yeah, I'm not saying I can do better than him, but that looked a little wonky to me. Um, here we go. Jim Shooter signing Amazing Spider-Man issue. No ads, 32 pages. Secret Wars 2 continues in this issue. That's a John Romita Sr. cover, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have one signed by Jim Lee, Bob Layton, and Brandon Cho, and Greg Capullo. So Ford's signatures on this one. Deathmate signed up in the Ditko box over the logo, off to the side, and on top of back of Razor Claw. Some valiant goodness. All right. Did something wonky on me there. Lost my place. See if I go back once. There we go. There we go. Okay. I do have this particular one. Marvel Knights Wave 2 sketchbook number 1. That was a Wizard insert book. I think the reason I have it, I bought it on eBay. I'm not sure if I have this particular one. I do have some of the Marvel Wizard inserts. I think I might have a copy of this one, but I'm not sure. But very nice cosmic, with the stars in there. Very cool. Special edition. So are some of these freebies going to? I would say so. They're promo books. Promo, and when it comes to that was signed by Christopher Priest. The promo books aren't as worth as much. Andy Smith and Bart Sears signed this from Ominous Press, Brute and Babe. Ominous Press, something that was around for just a minute, right? Not very long. And this is Die Cut, signed by Tom DeFalco on the cover. The claws are die cut in the cover, making that a very weak cardstock cover. Easy susceptible. They also did an Amazing Spider-Man that way as well. Very susceptible to damage or bending. What's up with you, Christopher? I know Shadow can't join you with the Restream service yet. Do you like using it? Abby doesn't like it. You can tell. It's okay. It's okay. I do get, they say I get my time the 31st, so I'm expecting February 1st. In a couple of days, I'll have StreamYard back again for another 20 hours. I like this sort of file portfolio type thing. You have a copy of this, don't you, Shadowhawk? I think we talked about this issue before. I've actually got multiples of this one. This is issue 50 of Wolverine. And then we got Jay the Teller, I guess, signed this one. It is Ground and Sky Comics. 2 Land Number 1. Unusual titling here. Very interesting. Black sensitive cover. Kind of did that one in reverse. That does, I guess that's the, looks like 2 different covers there. This one's signed by three or four. Let's see. So we have Dan Panelson, Brian Stillfreeze. I remember him on the Batman books. Bob Wycheck, who's been all over the place. I think you were at a convention next to Bob Wycheck, weren't you? And Dan Slott, X-Men Annual Number 1. Marcus, I think you were next to him at a convention. I think I saw a picture. Got some beast representation there. It's a Jim Lee cover, if I'm not mistaken. Got to go back once more. There we go. And then Night Glider, Kirby Chrome cover, or with the card there, Jack Kirby cover. One of the latter things he did. Did you see Hero Shack greeting you in the chat? Yes, I did. Yes, I said hi to him multiple times. I had that die cut Wolverine comic. I think my brother still has it. Oh, yeah. On my last Facebook post. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I don't check Facebook near enough. That's for sure. Let that have a close up of that. That may be polybagged. I mean, these books came polybagged with the Kirby Chrome cards. I have some of these. I don't know about the cards though. Robert Vendetta on this 2019 Freedom Fighters number 1. Look at that hat. That's got to be inspired by the Uncle Sam, that Alex Ross did, that 2-issue prestige format, I would think. Although the hat looks like the Mad Hatter there. It's a big hat. I have this one, New Titans 100 from 1993. This one's signed by Marv Wolfman. Holographic cover. Tom Grummett on the cover artwork. I really like Tom Grummett. Signed up there in the logo. Do you like to obscure the logo? Do you like it off to the side? I mean, it really depends on the artwork. What's going on? Would you like it in that blank spot? Would you like it inside? I don't know. Where do you like your signatures placed? This is not sure which one. Okay, this is a close-up of the signatures there on an Event Comics cover. And then below that here, I believe, we've got Mark Texeria, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Joe Costada, who signed it there. So he had a couple different posts on that. Look close up. I guess Mark did the cover. It looks like and Bob Wycheck signed here. Another chromium cover. Made a lot of these Bloodshots. I got about 10 of these or more. Barry Windsor Smith cover. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, I don't like that version of Uncle Sam very well. I don't either. He looks too skinny and old. I have a hard time sending messages on Facebook. I really don't like the platform, but you can never get out once you are in, Shadowhawk says. Yeah.
I hate using Facebook for messaging and Instagram. It's super annoying.
Mark Polton. So isn't this a crowd haunted pizza? Yeah, 2022. Mercenary #1 crowdfunded book, I guess. Mike McMahon artwork. There we go.
It looks
Anybody have
cool.
the Mercenary? Shadowhawk, you got this one?
Mercenaries.
This looks like it might be full enhanced.
Mahone. Mahone.
Okay, whatever. Whatever you say.
Macamoon.
A macaroon, I think it was.
Macaroon. Macashani
Here's a,
ho.
here's a half issue from Overstreet Fan Magazine
Ooh. Ooh.
of Razor half issue
Yeah, that's sexy.
from London Night. Do you remember Razor from London Night, Homer?
I do, yes, sir. That's Everett Hartsuo. Hartsuo.
It just sounds like you're cursing at this point. Anyway, yeah, this would have been like a promo, put with the magazine, a price guide, kind of like Wizard. You had Hero, you had Fan, you had.
Is that his artwork? Is that
Huh?
The creator's artwork? Is that Everett?
It's signed by him.
Yeah, because he got way better. Because he used
and
to suck.
signed by Slick, whoever Slick was. Yeah.
Gotcha.
1995, Overstreet Fan, Gemstone Publishing, London Night Studios. Yeah, I picked out some of these because I figured they were your jam, This one's signed by George Perez, Tom Smith, Andre Pardell, Dina, and Shannon. So it's got 4 signatures on here. And I guess they have their, Crimson Plague. That was George Perez creation.
Yeah,
Very busy cover to begin with. And I think they drew the creators' faces in there. Special Heroes Con edition. Pretty neat.
Yeah, it's real cool.
George Perez.
I like all those guys too. Yeah. George Perez. Yeah.
Benefiting the Charlotte Firefighters Burn Children Fund. Okay. $5 on that thing. Event Comics put that out. Crimson Plague could destroy you with but a touch. She was kind of like a Typhoid Mary type character,
Yeah. Wasn't Event Comics Joe Hughes and Jimmy Palmiotti's publishing print?
Don't know.
Yeah, Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti. They're the ones who...
You would know better than I. Firestorm with Paris Cullen and some other signatures. This is something to consider too. This had the first appearance of Blue Devil in it. The 16-page extras. Teen Titans started out that way, so you might want to get your DC Comics Presents number 26 signed, by some of the pertinent creators. Free Blue Devil preview pull-out, they called them, but whoever wanted to damage their comics and pull it out.
Yeah, always keep it in, guys. Come on.
Oh, yeah, as long as possible.
Right.
Let it soak. Let it soak. Rodney Ramos, here we go, Weaponized Werewolf. Another Justin Belmont piece. Look at that. Virgin cover, no logo.
Oh, that looks dope.
Yeah, that's Tim Vigil artwork.
Oh, Tim Vigil's the man. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to get gratuitous violence and sex scenes. And you know what? That guy's head's too big. Proportion-wise to his body, I think. But, who am I to?
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes
you just got to draw a big head,
I'm gonna show you my original Tim Vigil artwork originals. He's got a werewolf I bought off eBay. Cool. Here's one I haven't seen before. Godsend. Check that out.
Oh, yeah,
some of these obscure indie books are cool to own, but they're even neater to own signed. And often they'll sign their books at like events, like
Right.
a comic book store event.
Yeah, isn't that Godsend cover? It's either like a slightly homage to Mark Silvestri artwork or Todd McFarlane. I can't remember. I think it's a little bit
I'm
homage.
gonna say yes. That way, I'm not wrong.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that title.
A
It's
glow
real
in the
cool.
dark cover here by John Beatty. They did do some of that Spectre and Batman's.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
I remember
a
that one.
Batman 530 glow in the dark cover, which has an overlay. You really can't see the overlay, what it would look like, but I like these glow in the dark covers.
Yeah, I have that one. It's awesome. Pretty
And I love this one from 1999, Incredible Hulk. It had the inserted hologram.
cool. Mm-hmm.
I just like that pose. It's very powerful. Just the cover, signed by Peter David here up in the logo. I really like that hologram just in the figure. Darkness, #1 here, signed by Bate. Look at that.
That. Yeah.
Isn't that Mark Silvestri
Yeah,
there?
it's Mark Silvestri, but inked by Nick Manap
Yeah.
or what's the name? Bat.
Bate, Bate, Batt.
BATT. Bat.
Bat.
Yeah, it's Bat. I forget
Yeah, I
his
guess it would
actual
be
name.
Bat, not Bate, right? Okay,
Right.
here's a Mike Allred Madman Adventures sign.
All right. Yeah, he's awesome. I like him.
Tundra Press here, put that out. It also did, Tundra also did some Ninja Turtles. I normally print between 20 to 25 copies of an ash can, very limited edition. Yeah,
Wasn't
so
Thunder
obscure
Press?
nobody has them.
Wasn't Thunder kind of an offshoot of Dark Horse, or like a subprint of Dark Horse? I thought it was.
Possibly.
I can't
If I say
remember.
that, I'm not wrong or right. David Finch signed here, Cyberforce, number
Yeah,
25.
that's a chromium. That's got chromium on it.
Is that a chromium?
Yes, sir.
It's not
The
just
logo's
full enhanced.
chromium. The arm is chromium.
It doesn't look okay. It doesn't look like a chromium to me, but
Yeah, you see how
so
the arms are like reflective? The
yeah.
main guy cannon, and
But
then
see,
on
that could be done with foil, like it looks like
oh
Cyberforce
yeah,
logo
it's
is.
you're right. It's foil. It's foil. My bad. Not chromium.
Okay,
Foil.
okay.
Foil.
Chromium's usually the whole cover, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. My bad.
There's something funky going on with that character's hair in the back over the logo. It looks all silver.
Yeah, because it's got the foil on it. Because
Yeah.
his hair is silver.
Is his hair silver? Okay.
I
All right.
think so. I thought it was green, but
I'm not even sure what character that is. That's
uh,
Velocity up in the front, huh? Speedster
yes,
Velocity.
Velocity,
Yeah.
Ripclaw,
Ripclaw, yeah.
Striker, Cannon.
Spartan, right? There in the middle.
No, that's Cannon.
Oh,
Spartan
Cannon.
is from
Okay.
Wildcats.
Okay. Spartan would be red
The big
costume.
green guy in the back with the hair, his name is Impact. That's his name.
Impact. Okay. They had to sign over the tatas. Is that a good place for signature? Not
Always, always.
really sign over the nice bits.
Y-
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
See, I wouldn't
always.
do that ever.
You gotta cover the
William, or
tatas.
he calls him William Tucci here. Woo. From 1995, Overstreet fan magazine promo of She, number 19 here, by William or Billy Tucci. Again, promo books in the Overstreet are not worth that much. Uh, Steve Epping signing this full enhanced Avengers. I have a few of these. I'm not. This is Exodus, the villain, on the cover. I don't think I have this issue. I might have at one time, but I don't think I have this particular full enhanced issue. Jim Shooter, Good Guys, Defiant Comics. I have a copy of that. Some Good Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Defiant?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tundra was Kevin Eastman's. Yeah, I knew that part of it. Don't sign over the tatas. Eric says.
Oh, okay. No signatures over the goodie bits.
Apparently, you're slumming it today with me. Eric says.
Slumming and scumming, baby.
Hmm.
That's how I like it.
Well, if we're going to be grouped in with the CG slums, right? This
The
one's signed by
slumlords.
Bob Layton and Jim Palmiotti, and this is a chromium cover, if I do remember, right? Exo Man of War, zero issue.
Yeah, yeah. That's chromium foil cover. Joe Cube.
Yeah, I guess you could call it full, chromium. Yeah, I just say chromium cover, but it's technically a type of full thing. This would be Joe Costata cover artwork here.
Joe Quesadilla cover.
Quesadilla, yeah,
You
with
like
some
them
salsa,
quesadillas
with some
with
salsa on the
salsa?
side. Bob Wycheck here. I do have a copy of this War Machine #1. That is an embossed cover.
Ooh, yeah. With a little Jimmy Palmiotti on the side.
I think
Delicious.
this is isn't this maybe his first series, right? So this is kind of like a minor key issue, right? Maybe.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's something we hadn't talked about. And really, that's the ultimate. If you have a popular character and it's their first appearance,
Right.
do you want to clutter it up by autographing it? Do you think that enhances?
I think it enhances. Yeah.
Here's a pit appearance from Gen 13 #3.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
J.
That's a,
Scott
that's a
Campbell did a
classic.
lot of the early Gen 13s, huh? A lot
Mm-hmm.
of them. Yeah,
Moon
a
shows.
lot
He
of
did
his
moon
early
shows.
stuff. I'm not sure who did the cover on this. Do you know, Omer?
That cover? That's
Yeah.
J. Scott Campbell. Yeah.
Is
With,
it? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could look at the women and tell that, huh?
Yeah. Well, it says
Yeah.
right there at the bottom too with Alex Gardner.
Well, you can blow it up, and I can't.
Blow it. You blow it up.
Hmm. He did the long lanky legs, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. With the
This one was a
slightly
light
big heads.
image book here. Shaman Tears, Mike Grail.
Mike Grail. I
Mike
like
Grail.
him, Mike Grail. I met him, got his autograph. He's a
Did
very
you?
nice guy. Yeah.
What did you have him autographed? Do you remember?
Tons of Shaman's Tales and uh, there's a
This is a
couple of
pretty
Marvel
neat
books.
issue. Onslaught
Oh, yeah.
epilogue issue.
Yeah. That's when I wasn't buying comics because I was in college. Couldn't
Here's
afford
another
comics.
chromium cover, Superman '82, signed by Brett Breeding. That's a nice chromium cover. I
Yeah,
have this
that's a
one in
good
my
one.
collection. That's a Dan Jurgens cover.
Mhm. That's when you had the party in the back. You had the mullet
Uh,
going.
oh yeah. I've got some Painkiller Janes here too. This one's signed by Rick Leonardi. Painkiller Jane #3.
Oh, Painkiller Jane.
I'm
They made a TV show with that property.
Yeah. Event Comics here again.
Again.
And I've not seen this one. Iron Man 2020. Check that out.
Oh wow, that's dope. Even
You
though it's
know,
got that.
do you know the
cool-
story of who Iron Man 2020 is?
No, I don't.
Our Iron Man, Tony Stark, is an ancestor. He's the Iron Man that is a villain in 2020
Oh wow.
in the future. But now that was back in the 80s, and we're past 2020 at this point. So don't know that aged well. I think they did something with him like 2099.
Well, it makes sense now that he's like kind of evil. Like they want to make him Doctor Doom, right? Iron Man, Doctor Doom.
May 2021, Deadpool Nerdy #30.
Nerdy
Or
30.
Nerdy 30 #1, a cover signed by Rob Liefeld, which is apparently a Virgin cover. That's nice. I like the muted figures in the,
Yeah, it looks cool.
with all the Marvel characters. I like that. I would actually pick that up if it was a reasonable, signed or not. His signature kind of looks like Alex Ross's signature, slanted. This one's signed by Mark DiCarlo. Of course, Mike Mignola cover, Death in the Family. That's kind of going back there a little bit. Are you a big Batman fan, Homer?
I do like a Batman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Death in the Family. Magnolia.
See, Eric, I have to have him on here to make fun of how I speak. This is a neat one. I've got multiples of this one. It's a embossed paper overlay tombstone die cut.
Wow.
So this is a die cut and embossed, but it's a paper overlay. Arnold Stark. There we go. Uncle to Tony Stark. Now wait, how could he be his uncle? I don't know. I thought he was a future. Good old Sly.
He would be
Painkiller's
a.
name was Jimmy and Amanda's, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right. But Joe Q did a lot of covers for that stuff. Yeah. And it became a TV show, which was crazy back then.
That's got to be hard to sign on because it's all embossed. You know.
Yeah. It says to Michael Smiley.
So Marcus is here. Here's a couple cards. He posted that back in September.
Nice, Marcus. Nice. They look a little wonky though. Just so you know, a little wonky.
Look at that. I guess that's Cyber Frog, and I guess this is supposed to be
Heather
his
Swain.
cat. Huh?
Heather Swain.
Heather Swain, yeah.
Yeah, I like that Heather Swain. Looks good.
Now look at this one, man. Just that's this again. The signatures are like all over the place here. I do have this particular
wow.
issue, red and full enhanced cover, Venom #1.
Venom #1.
I'm seeing 4 signatures on this bad boy.
That's a bad mama jamma.
But my question is, do you like this signed up like this?
I'm not going to say no to autographs, but yeah, I would have liked the autographs in kind of a clear spot, not all over the figure.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah, and when you hand them the book, you really don't know what you're going to get, do you?
Like Pacino, he autographed it up in that top corner. You can barely see it; it's out of the way, so that's nice,
Yeah, that's kind of nice, and it doesn't interfere with anything.
Yeah, and Bagley put it right on the head, so that's kind of gay, but whatever.
Yeah.
He drew it, right? He drew it, so it's all good.
Is that a Bagley cover?
Yeah, it's Mark Bagley, man.
Okay, and signed by Al Milgrom. Did he do the inks? I guess maybe.
Maybe on the inside he did some inks.
Maybe on the inside, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Here's Bart Sears, Andy Smith. This is Brute and Babe, The Infinity of Warriors from 1994. Omnis Press. A lot of this stuff was lost on me. I don't think it got much traction at all.
Yeah, I missed a lot of that Omnis Press. It was small runs, and I don't think my comic shop picked any of that stuff up,
Yeah. Here's by Billy Tucci and signed by Nelson Asenio. Crusade Comics, 1994. I don't know what he means by she. WOTW #3. I thought this was interesting because the signature almost looks like a tattoo on her arm, which she's showing off anyway.
Yeah. It's cool, though.
I think I picked up a she #1 original in a dollar bin this past year. I picked up some original she starting with issue 3 on up to about issue 11 or 12 I bought all those for $1. Original first printings.
Nice.
Batman versus Predator #3 signed by Arthur Sadam. He did the Marvel Zombies series. Yeah. He's quite the artist, can really paint,
I heard he's a real jerk. That's what I've heard over years and years. People saying he's just a big jerk. But I don't know.
Caliber Comics. Do you have any Caliber stuff?
Some early David Mack stuff, Kabuki and
Well,
Crow.
this is
Caliber
Kabuki
stuff.
here, signed by David Mack.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah.
Look
Signed
at
by
that black
David.
sensitive cover.
It's such a pain in the ass. You don't want to touch it. It just every smudge mark gets on it.
Yeah. Here you go. Reaper Destroyer Ashcan.
Ooh,
Joe Sontag.
ooh.
He
Joe
signed it on the
Sontag.
inside in silver. See, he's got a nice flairative signature. I never developed a good signature, so that's why I kind of go with the imagery in my signature. Cyber Force Volume 2, number 11, signed by David Fence. This is nice.
Oh yeah, that's
With
awesome.
all that wiry stuff at the bottom, kind of reminds me of the Machine Man Barry Windsor Smith stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, David Finch is a fan of. He's a big fan of Barry. They all are.
Is he really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, who isn't? Or
yeah. Who is it?
who wouldn't
That's
be?
true. Who
Especially,
wouldn't be?
yeah. Of course, he started out looking like Kirby, but they told him to
Right.
draw like Kirby. So, till he
And then he went
designed.
through a little bit of a Buscema
Here you
phase.
go, Dan Fraga, Youngblood number 9.
Ooh la la.
But that's a Rob Liefeld cover.
Ooh la la. Yeah.
Now, don't you think he made the character bigger here than what he is with the other characters normally?
Yeah, Badrock looks really jacked.
He looks very big on this.
Yeah. It's cool though. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, Rob always played with Badrock's size.
Really?
Yeah, it's all over the place.
I like the character,
Yeah.
Here we go. Graham Nolan, Hawk World, number 25, signed by him. This little box around his name. I think I had this. I had some Hawk World, and I had some of these issues. Al Milgrom signed this one, X Factor. See, that's nice. He put it up there on the X, out of the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this an Age of an Apocalypse Beast back there? Is that what that is? The Beast? Sort of doppelganger from Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah, I wasn't collecting comics at that time.
You weren't? Okay.
No, I was in college, so.
Wolverine, and he had his hand missing?
Yeah, I remember hearing about it, and I think I may have like one issue of that because I tried to pick up that issue where he lost his hand because I knew it was going to be worth some money, so I might have that one. But
Tom Grummett cover here, but Paris Cullen, who did, I knew him from doing Blue Devil in the 80s. Here he has a nice remark there.
Remark.
Which should, increase the value of it, but
right.
He kind of dropped out of the comic scene, so I don't know that this really, it doesn't hurt it any with the remark. Mike DiCarlo signed here, another Mike Mignola cover. Did you read this Death in the Family?
No.
No?
I missed those. Yeah,
Shadow State number 1. I've got some of the Broadway comics books, but not this. Not this. This is, if you think about this, you don't know what it says. Shadow State, but it says featuring Blood Scream, also Fatale, if that's how you say that. It's kind of wild how they did the designs of these covers.
Yeah, they look cool.
They didn't last very long at all. So
yeah.
X Force number 1, signed by Tom DeFalco. This was a polybagged and came with different trading cards. This one has the cable trading card, but it came with the blood shots first trading card. I've still got some of these in the polybag.
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld cover. Jacked up arms, little wrist.
yeah. That sounds like
Web of Spider-Man. This is Alex, however you say his last name. This is where I encountered this artist. He's older by this time.
Civic.
He goes way back maybe to the 40s. I didn't even know
Yeah, but
that.
he got a big hit with coming back to do those Spider-Mans. He did. He got a little popular again, you know.
Deathmate 3 here from Valiant Image. Dan Fraga plus a remark.
Oh yeah, I've got tons of those. I got like 6 copies of those. Those
I'm
are
not sure
totally
I have the red
worthless.
one here. I do have some of the Deathmate Black and others, but I don't know that I have a copy of red.
Yeah, there's black,
There you
red,
go.
blue.
Nice remark from Dan Fraga there. I like it.
Oh yeah,
That's the Arrow guy, right? What was his name?
Shaft.
Shaft, yeah. Shaft. Nice Adam
Oh,
Hughes here.
Shaft.
Very sensuous cover
Oh
here from Adam
yeah,
Hughes.
I've got that one. Yeah, Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes is the man.
Yeah. I've got a nice retro Wonder Woman signed by him.
He makes me go,
Um,
uh.
Here's Dark from 1993 Continuum Comics. Some of these were like fly by night. They're full
Yeah.
enhanced here.
Isn't that Bart Sears or is that
Bart
Andy
Sears,
Stewart?
yep, and he
Yeah, Bart
signed it
Sears.
here. Yep.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, they did Red Eyes with him, full enhanced. And then we got Ninjak. This is another chromium cover. Now, this is a busy cover. I've got one of these uh, where the glass is shattering everywhere. Very colorful
Mm,
cover. Very nice. I mean, they took full advantage of the chromium with this cover.
yeah. Is yours
It's
signed
got
by Joe
some.
Quesada too?
He's like breaking through a stained glass window, which is really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, Joe Costada here.
Joe
Chromium
Quesadilla with a little side of Jimmy Palmati
salsa.
sauce on the side.
I have some salsa. Yeah. Weapon
Mhm.
Zero, signed by Walt Simonson. I've got some Weapon
Oh,
Zero. This
nice.
was actually a pretty nice image book, wasn't it?
You
I
know,
thought
my comic shop never got Weapon Zero. I picked
the
up like a
artwork looks good.
yeah. I
Here
picked
you
up a
go.
few like
Here's
copies at
your
other shops, but I found way later. Dollar bin buys.
everybody stopped laughing at Juan's car at that point. Floodwaters.
The green cards? What are we laughing about?
Obviously not this picture. Anyway, I put that in there just for you and you ignored it. Anyway, signed by Bob Wycheck here.
I'm gonna go
Ultraverse
back and look.
Malibu. That's a
Oh, let's
nice
see.
cover. I've not seen this one.
Ah,
Elvin
yeah, I like
Zero.
it. I like Juan's car. It's got the lowrider feel.
Yeah.
He's one of
Yeah.
my
You think so?
homies.
Okay. Oh,
He's one of
here's
my
another
homies.
Kabuki black cover.
Oh yeah.
Black covers are nice to sign like on silver and gold though.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Or even like with a white marker, acrylic marker.
But they're I don't even want the creators to touch them. Really.
Yeah. Got to wear gloves for
Todd
those.
McFarlane Spawn here. How about that?
Ooh.
And should you get trade paperbacks signed? I have a trade.
Absolutely.
I have an amazing Spider-Man signed by Stan Lee.
Yeah, trades are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with trades. Getting trades signed.
Another glow in the dark cover here. Batman 531. This is with Dead Man going up and Batman going up against a bunch of mummies. Um, I believe this is isn't this Kelly Jones or am I mistaken? Or you know what? This might
Yeah, it
even
is Kelly
be.
Jones.
Is
That's
it?
Kelly Jones. Yeah.
I don't know. That arm looks like the Max
It says Jones right there on the underneath the writer.
in the credits, but that could be not the cover. Who drew the Max?
Oh, that's Sam Keith. Sam Keith.
Sam Keith. So you probably wouldn't say this is Sam Keith, would you?
No, it's Kelly Jones.
It's
But
Kelly
yeah,
Jones.
that
Yeah,
Batman arm looks a little different than he normally does, but it's Kelly Jones.
yeah. It looked a little jacked. Yeah.
It's John Betty. Is that who signed it?
You go. Now, this is one of the issues that they had. You could put the Valiant Visions with. This is Joe Costata cover.
Yeah, Joe Quesadilla. Yeah.
He likes the busy covers, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's
Of
so
course, if
good
he's got
though.
the 3D glasses, the Valiant Vision glasses, I can see that.
Yeah,
Why you would do
yeah.
that.
That one came with a poly bag and the glasses. So I think that's the
And
one
they
that came.
didn't do that many issues with that Valiant Vision. They really didn't.
No,
I've watched the
no.
thing on YouTube. This is
Yeah,
a nice Vertigo with the Death character.
yeah. It's beautiful. Is that Chris
Have
Botchalo?
you
Yeah,
have you ever drawn the Death character?
I have. Would you like to see it?
Sure.
Yeah, let me get it and
We'll
bust
take
it
a
out.
break from.
Oh, look, check it out. I did a. That's wonky. So now I'm gonna give people wonkies whenever I think their artwork's jacked. I'm gonna bust this out and be like,
Kind of like a
that's
Marvel No Prize.
that's wonky. And I'm gonna make a t-shirt out of this. So coming soon, Omer Glitch. That's wonky. Yeah,
Okay.
put the Omer Glitch here and the
All right. While you're looking for that Death piece, I'll show people my Geo that I did on your show last night for
okay.
the latecomers that came in.
The late coomers. Hello, late
Mhm.
coomers. Oh,
So hopefully the camera is not very limited on colors. I'm gonna have to get some more alcohol markers to go with the ones.
I love those colors. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes some. What did I do to achieve? With limited palette, it took a little thought, and I don't like to think that much. So, all right. We're waiting on him to find his Death character. Death was first featured by Pat Broderick in a cameo and her first full appearance were in Captain Atom, in Pat Broderick's Captain Atom. Here's Rick Leonardi with Pain Killer Jane from 1997. Nice cover here. I like the reflective, in the glasses type thing or something reflective. I can remember Wolverine Claw Hulk cover. That's very popular known for that. Another event comic here. I'm familiar with Painkiller Jane. Really, I think they had a little promo book. Here's an Avengers that I do have that's full embossed with the Dark Knight, or is it Dark Knight? I forget. Dane Whitman, I think was his name. Going up against Captain America there. That one's signed by Steve Epting. Here's Top Cow, Wizard Press, 1999 Tales of Darkness, half issue. That's pretty dope. I like that.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Can you tell on that who did the artwork for that particular half
Let's
issue?
see.
Have to blow it up.
I think it's Boomer. What's his name? Boomer.
I can't remember. Was that the cameo or was that her first full appearance? Apex.
Matt Broom. Matt Broom is
RC
the
Man
artist on that.
on your thumbnail, yeah.
Matt Broom is the artist. Lindsay Zinker and Liquid does the colors on that cover.
That's a neat villain up there by the the logo.
Yeah. Matt Broom. Matt Broom.
Wow, that's a little.
You want to see these? So this is a little sketchbook.
Well, no, but I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to. So it's in this sketchbook or that sketchbook? I think it's this one. So
That's the thing about Omer. He does like to show his artwork, for sure. He's proud of it. He's got plenty to show too.
I got lots of stuff from.
So you got goblins, hobgoblins, and all kinds of stuff in that thing.
Here's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Here's Jason.
Cameo appearance. Okay, so maybe in issue 41 and 42 of Captain Atom. Scarecrow there, yeah.
Scarecrow. Here we got
Fear the Hands.
Monsters.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Little Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
and then like the Evil Doctor, and then Nosferatu.
Is the
Sexy.
evil doctor supposed to be a Batman villain? The
No, this is like the evil mad scientist that makes sense.
okay.
Frankenstein
Well, you
kind of
got
thing.
the twirled mustache, that like lay the lady on the train track.
I think
Uh,
he's a little bit inspired by the Doctor, the evil Doctor in Sonic. I think I want to say Sonic. Yeah, he's got a little bit of the
Kerry
twirled
says he
mustache.
should be proud of his art. Is really good.
Thank you, ma'am. Here we have the sexy witch and the headless horseman. A little Batman and Phantom. Is that his name?
Yeah, yeah. They did early '90s animated movie. There we go. Now, isn't that an eye from Death, or is it?
It's a little bit inspired by the Ankh there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so let me. I'm gonna look through this faster, right? Okay.
Nope. Yeah, I got
Because
tatas there. Can't.
yeah, I want to show those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the glitch, the
It's somewhere
porno.
here.
Oh, I haven't finished that. Look at that. Still got space.
Yeah. There's a
Room
few.
for development.
Where is it? I know it's in
Pinnacle
here.
Girl, Trump,
Keep
make
America
thumbs,
divided.
make thumbs great again.
Yeah,
Astro Boy.
yeah, Astro Boy glitch.
No, yeah, but you had another Astro Boy back there too.
Mm,
I believe.
no, I think
Okay, you
that's
got a Flash there. Yeah, Glitch,
yeah,
Owl,
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant. Yeah, that was a great little anime thing. I like the darkness there with the smiles and the frowns.
These are two of my other characters, Fortune Cookie, and this is Mr. Bombsack.
Wolverine.
A little Daredevil and a little Boba Fett.
How come you
Slave
did him
One.
upside down? Mistake?
No, he's flying in the air.
Oh, he's hanging or what? Okay.
He's flipping and flying. Flipping and flying.
Mhm. Now that's from Star Wars, right? That's a Star Wars.
This
video.
is Slave One. I drew it because they wanted to change the name of it, and to me, it'll always be Slave One.
Is
It's
that
Boba
is
Fett's
that
ship.
is that Jango Fett's or Boba Fett's?
Boba Fett's ship.
Yeah.
I guess it was Django's, right? First.
Right.
Here's a cool Spider-Man I did. Spider-Man.
Bat with a bat. Batman.
This is one of my characters. His name is Dude, and he's like a professional baseball player that turns into a vigilante. Dude, and so he's got a little bit of a Jaguar powers because he found like this ancient Aztec rune in Mexico.
Okay, my bad. I thought it was Batman with a bat. I thought
Batman
that was quite
with a
funny,
bat.
but now that you've explained it, it's not funny at all.
Yeah, here's Batman if you want some Batman.
Wow, that's a vicious looking clown too with the blue.
Yeah, that's it from Stephen King's It.
Okay, yeah.
Here it is. Here's your.
Which version of that movie do you like? The original?
I like them both.
You like them both? Okay.
Yeah. I thought
Now,
it
what's
was
that marshmallow head guy? What the hell is that?
Yeah, the Marshmallow, the DJ.
Oh, okay. I didn't
And
know that.
I thought
was a thing.
it would be ironic to put Superman with death, right? Because it's Superman, and he's Jesus, right? He's God in the DC universe. He is literally like
Well, I suppose to a certain degree, yeah. I mean,
Jesus, right? He's the chosen child.
well, no wonder he's smiling. You can't see it because it's off camera, but she's feeling his junk. Obviously.
She's giving him a reach around.
Yeah, well, she's smiling too, so
Yeah.
And
Everybody gets a good happy ending.
And after this, Superman looks at her and says, "You're going to be the death of me." And then fries her, lobotomizes her with his heat vision.
His death rays, yeah. Yeah. You want to see? Here's a baby Super Batman.
Almost looks like a Funko Batman.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your big heads came from, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I don't know what else is in here. Nothing.
Uh-huh.
It's empty.
Yeah, you got room for improvement. See?
Mm-hmm. More big heads coming your way, guys.
Yeah.
Guys and gals. Look, we got a little pickle Rick. That's
So was
Olive.
this was this the one with death in it, or did the other one have death
No,
in it?
she's right here. That's
Okay,
her.
there, and then like the close up of the eye. Okay,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
I
I've
know I've
never
drawn her
really
like
considered drawing that character before, so
two other times, but yeah. Hey, that's wonky.
see, this is wonky because I have this up on huge screen. Let's see, get out of here.
Huge. You want to see
Back
my
us
cock
up
real
there.
quick? You want to see my cock?
Uh,
It's right there.
if I've got to. Hey, that's nice. I like that detail on that.
Yeah. Look at the ball sack. It's great.
Okay.
What are they called? Gizzards? Or what are they called?
No.
I don't know what they call them.
Kids.
You got a name, don't they?
Yeah, well, there went the family rating anyway, and the glitch
Uh,
character
yeah. This is my big
right
cock.
next to it. Where's Spider Clown? Omer, you said you couldn't draw horror, yet you drew Chucky, creepy version of Pennywise. Is that a
Yeah.
Fortnite character? Oh, look at the tiny, tiny Batman pants. You like giving good head, Omer,
hmm
uh,
When I
in
can, I
your
do what I
art.
can, you know?
Uh, Literally a Batman. I know. I thought that was funny till he explained it away that, oh, that wasn't, you know.
Yeah, that's funny.
that was-
Somebody should draw Batman with bats, like bats, like baseball bats. That'd be funny.
Or you
Yeah, I
know,
guess
the thugs knocked unconscious and he's like the umpire saying you're out.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess I can draw horror. I never thought of myself as being able to draw horror, but I guess I'm all right at it. It's because I don't do that very often. You know, there's a
Now we're
Batman with a
seeing some
Joker.
color.
Some color. These are really old stuff when I can actually see. Now I can't see shit, so I can't draw this small anymore. See how small this sketchbook is?
Really? Okay. So do you wear glasses? You don't wear glasses yet, do you?
Nah, well, yeah, I wear glasses to drive and see far away. I'm kidding. I can see this small. That's just a joke. It's an old man joke. Why so serious? Yeah, I hadn't
Whittle,
looked in this.
Whittle Deadpool.
It's a widow. So this is
Widow?
from 2013. I drew this stuff a long time ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is really old. I haven't looked at this sketchbook in forever.
Again, nice stuff, but it would have been nice if he would have been developing your original IPs instead of drawing somebody else's stuff. I don't get that out of
Look at this. It's a Spider-Man pony, which is so weird. Like what the
My
hell?
Little Spider Pony. There we go.
Right. Yeah, well, I was developing my IP. Yes, my IP is developed along with this. I have like 60,
Okay.
70 pages
But
of
I'm
glitch.
saying you put a lot of work into drawing other people's characters.
Look at that. That's a zombie pony, folks.
Oh,
Because
there
the
you
only
go.
good My Little Pony is a dead little pony.
Hmm.
And I'm a man. That's why I draw stuff like this.
Yeah, you go to get on that horse and you fall through.
Right. And he eats you. And I really liked Adventure Time at the time. It was a really good cartoon. But now it's just so dumb. Yeah. That's why I drew Finn and his dog.
Terry says, I think you fibbed about drawing horror, Omer. Your art has exposed you.
I exposed myself.
Do you feel a draft?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's getting nurpley in here.
I don't know what's worse, Omer drawing an X-rated farm animal or me wanting to make one. Laugh out
Look,
loud.
here's this. Oh, you can't see it. Damn. It's a sketch for a character named Cockhead, and he literally is like a chicken. He's a rooster head. It's funny. Anyways,
Okay. Yeah.
it's funny.
It's wonky.
Yeah, that's wonky. Here's some old business cards.
Oh, I'm sorry. I switched. Went
Oh
back to the
yeah,
comics.
it's cool.
Uh,
No worries.
Signed by Mike Watkins, Panther from Dynamite Comics. I've got some Panthers. Ooh, look at those, man. Those legs
Ooh
that go
la
on
la.
forever.
Hello, hello.
That's legs with a body. Tell me that's in proportion.
Oof. Yeah.
This character, wow, that's really got a Thundercats like emblem behind her, huh?
Oh yeah, but it's Panther.
And look at that
Panther.
60s styles lettering on. I always thought that was kind of wonky on her logo.
Right.
Little blood splatter down there. Wow.
Ooh. Ooh la la.
All around the edge. Dynamite comes out with some pretty cool stuff, actually.
Yeah.
Here's Billy Tucci and Buzz signed Caliber Comics Kabuki color special. You have this one, Omer?
I have a
I've never,
reprint of that, not that
I've never even
particular
seen this one.
issue. Yeah. I don't.
So that's got Joe Casadilla and Mike Grell
Yeah. Joe
and a bunch of
Quesadilla. Yeah.
other creators in there. Yeah. Okay. So this is a color special, a painted story by David Mack in it. Okay, that's interesting. I've not seen that
Yeah.
particular
I'm a
issue.
big fan of David Mack. I got all his collected stuff. So a few
That's a
individual
nice
issues
stuff
here
right
and
there.
there. Oh
Signed
yeah,
by
that's cool.
Mike DiCarlo. Batman really stands out on that. Jim Lee and Brandon Cho signed this one, Gen 13.
Choi. Yeah, Brandon Choi.
I've got a bunch of those Gen 13 simply because I bought that comic book shop out. A
Oh
bunch
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
This is a die cut cover with just a simple die cut of the circle signed by Al Milgrom. I have this. Of course, it weakens the cover, when you have parts of it missing. There's a old Marcus Killigrew drawing of the Hulk after Kirby.
Yeah, that's nice.
Lady Death here. That looks like it might be a chromium cover. I've got or had a few Lady Deaths. I think I still do. Yeah, that's a chromium cover. You can tell. Brian Polito and a couple other people signed that one. Johnson, Jensen, and Stephen Hughes. Here you go, Billy Tucci, number 4. She.
Bill Tucci. Yeah, that's nice.
Evil Ernie here. Adventure Comics. Black sensitive cover. First insane issue. I got some Evil Ernie back in the day. You probably didn't see it at your local comic shop, huh?
No, he did pick up Evil Ernie. He did like Lady Death and the Evil Ernie line. So yeah, I have a bunch of Evil Ernie stuff.
I think this is a key issue because it's first appearance or cameo appearance of Doomsday. This one's kind of sliding under the radar of a lot of
Yeah,
people, I think. By Bob McLeod. He's one of the first creators I met actually. I got him to sign, and I still have it because my graphic novels didn't burn up. First appearance of New Mutants signed by him. Here's one by
nice.
Dawn, signed by Joe Linzer again.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
Serious
a
Comics. I've got a couple of those signed by him.
he
Not
draws
any of these.
beautiful women. That
Adam
redheaded
Hughes
lady
and
is
Mike DiCarlo on this one. Look there,
super
She
hot.
Hulk. I've got this
Oh yeah.
issue, just not. It is embossed in full green foil. That is nice and silver too. Combination there.
Yeah.
I guess it all starts off silver and then they color the other part red, right? Leave like the logo just the raw silver full.
Yeah.
But that's got to be expensive. Another
Yeah.
chromium cover here, Psylords, signed by Valiant. So they did a few of the expensive covers for sure, especially the chromium ones. But they printed the hell out of them.
Yeah, to make them affordable, probably like
X
on the back
Factor,
end.
did you buy any of this? This one came with a trading card, so it probably came polybagged.
Yeah, yeah, I got that one.
Strong
Yeah, I
man
love the
on the
X
cover.
Factor. Hmm.
There you go, signed on the inside. Do you prefer it signed on the cover or the inside?
Cover. I'm always a cover guy.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah,
Here's a nice cover signed by a couple people.
yeah, I got a bunch of Larry Stroman autographs. Yeah,
Love George Perez's no matter what he does, and he did some nice Batman covers.
that's wonky.
There you go. There's your Hulk, sort of really glittery. I don't know what you call this, holographic, sort of shattered holographic type thing. It's really one of my favorites was an image. It was like Youngbloods 2. Remember that holographic cover?
Are you thinking about the Wildcats issue number 4 with Void on the
The
cover
ones
and
that
it's
had the
all silver?
circle, had Void on the cover and had sort of circles,
Yeah, I don't.
holographic circle. This is nice. Red and
It's, oh
hands
yeah,
cover. Look at
yeah.
that Vampirella
Is that
shoving her
Joe Q
butt
again?
cheek
Joe
up in your.
Quesada?
Huh?
Is that Joe Quesada again?
I would
Cover
say
artist?
no on that.
No, kind of looks like him. Looks good though. Yeah, that's Joe Q. That's his signature. That circle thing with the
Is it?
dashes.
Where
Yeah,
do
that's
you?
Joe
Oh,
Quesada.
well, he signed it, but does that
Yeah,
make it? I guess.
yeah,
Amanda
it says it.
Connor, Joe Costada, and Jimmy Palmiotti signed this one.
Yeah,
Uh,
Joe
Harris Comics.
Quesada.
I've got some of those. Adam Hughes did some of those Harris Vampirella covers as well. Oh,
Yeah, I
and
got
here's a
good
key issue
also.
for you. The supposed first appearance of Cable, but really it was the issue before this.
Mm-hmm.
Screw everybody else's opinion.
Right, right.
His first cover appearance, okay, I'll give you that.
Who's that signed by?
That
Tom
one is
DeFalco?
signed by Tom DeFalco and Louise Simonson. And I have this issue here, actually a couple of this. This is signed by John Beatty, very nicely in silver. He's one of the few legible autographs, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
all
That's a
black.
really good signature right there. Man.
Yeah, it is. All black. I've got Still Freeze signature on a few things too. Some of those Batman books. This is embossed cover.
I'm thinking I've never seen
These
that
things
Batman
can
issue.
get worn down to the white.
Mhm.
I've got a copy that came in that back issue stock that was Batman's face was a little worn, his cowl a little bit down to the white. Here's a gold full in. I've got this particular book, 48-page Iron Man.
Nice. Apex says he hasn't seen the package I sent him in the mail yet.
Oh, and I have this too from Image Comics, Hell Shock #1, signed by Jay Lee.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you seen this particular issue?
Yeah, I've got a whole set of Hell Shock. Yeah.
Hell Shock was probably a late addition
Image Boys.
to the Image Boys, wasn't it?
Uh,
Pickle
no, it
Rick.
was right around there with the Max and Pitt. It was that second wave. They just had a big hiatus between issue 1 and 2. I think it was like 6 months to almost a year. And then after that, they started putting out books semi-regular.
Nice Avengers here. I kind of like Bob Hall signing it up in the logo there. I didn't much care for this logo, and anywhere else on this cover would be an impediment to the artwork, really.
Maybe below Vision's knee there on the legs. That would be a good spot to sign right there. Right
Yeah,
above that
maybe.
line above the A.
Yeah,
Because you could
yeah,
do
because
straight,
not a lot
straight
going
across.
on there.
Yeah, yeah,
Bob Hall,
yeah.
an older creator, And I love the John Byrne heads in the Ditko box because I
Man, he
used to own
really
that
just had
artwork.
to. He just had to sign all the way across the damn title, all the way.
Well, that's the way George Perez used to do it. Here's a Marv Wolfman signature.
You know how you can dictate
George
to an
Perez
artist where you
cover.
want it signed? You put that blue tape as a little box, and that's where they'll sign inside
Oh
that
yeah.
box.
Oh
Inside
yeah,
that.
yeah. Now some people do that, especially if they're going to get it graded.
Mm-hmm.
I had to show this because this looks like Bond pregnant women or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks all jacked up. Do they not look
Oh,
pregnant to you?
they are pregnant. It's called illegitimates.
Okay. And I do
So
have some illegitimate IDW. I do have some of this that I bought. Here you go, Punisher series.
oh yeah, that's a great
This
cover.
is the second series, though. The first one was the Mike Zeck. This was kind of the Klaus Janson series.
Yeah, isn't this like early Jim Lee stuff? Doesn't Jim Lee start on issue like 3, 4, or 5 somewhere this in there
I think you're
after
correct
this?
on that. This one's
Yeah,
signed by Jim Shooter, Klaus Janson, and Carl Potts.
yeah, because Carl Potts, yeah, does like the
Here you go.
first 3.
Darkness #1. Amanda Connor signed this one. Among, I guess Costata did too. I guess this is a Costata cover, huh?
Yeah, quesadilla.
Casadilla, yeah.
With a
With
little Jimmy
Painkiller Jane.
Pomaly's. Yeah,
Did you
Joe
know they had
Quesada.
a? Did you know they had a mashup there of Painkiller Jane and Darkness?
Yeah, they had a crossover. Yeah, yeah. I think I have that book. Yeah, I think I have that
Do
book.
you? I've not seen that one. Here's Detron and Michael Turner signed Witchblade #2. I do have some Witchblades.
Yeah, yeah, but I have like issues 1 through 100 on this one.
Michael Turner's a good signature to get because he only lived to be 30 something years old.
That's crazy. That's
You know,
crazy.
that's
That
something
sucks.
else to put in there. Here's a Hawkman that Marcus Killigrew did
Hawkman. Oh wow,
back
that's
in
pretty good.
2023, I believe.
Wow,
I prefer him with the mace, the studded mace.
the studded mice. I'm looking up Apex's package. Make sure it's still
Love this.
alive.
Carl Kessel and Adam Hughes, Origins #1. I bought one of these recently in a dollar bin, and it has Aaron Lopresti's Sludge character.
Yeah, awesome.
I like this. It's just Origins of the Ultraverse, 99-cent issue. I just like it. It's sort of a character type book
Right on.
signed by Adam Hughes. So apparently he did something in there, and Carl Kessel. That's another reason to collect it for a dollar. It's got Adam Hughes artwork in it. Um,
Yeah.
Maximum Press. Remember Maximum Press? 1994 Maximum Hero #1. Dan Fraga. Unfamiliar with that one. Although I bet Shelby knows this book.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
look at that
That's
Rip Claw type character.
yeah. Cybrid. I think it's in Cybrid. Cybrid or something.
Supplement to Hero. So this is a promo book. They came out with Hero magazine, I guess. Which
Apex,
was kind
your
of like
package is
Wizard.
on the way. It's in Dallas currently.
Here's a little promo book, a little X-Men ash can signed by Mark Pennington.
So
I
that's
have
cool.
this book. It's a little mini ash can edition with the Beast, the original X-Men. Bill Sienkiewicz cover there. There you go. Marcus Killigrew pencils down drawing.
Yeah.
I guess that character's got 3 fingers and a thumb, huh?
Yeah, he's yeah.
You've drawn him, so you
Yeah,
would
he's
know.
only got
Oh, Ragman #1 here, signed by Pat Broderick. That's nice. Joe Kubert used to draw Ragman uh,
Man.
back into the Bronze Age, but in the '80s he brought back the character. Pat Broderick did in a series, Ragman.
Ragman.
Hard Corpse here. simple design covers. Some of these were so simple. You got to wonder, did they go so simple on these covers? Was it a was it a rush job on the cover? I don't know. You know, because you're under a deadline. Essential Comics. I don't know about Essential Comics. Rough Justice #1 SCE, signed by Ken Hunt. Rough Justice. I've never seen this. Nice cover though. Special convention ish edition. So there are some convention things that are kind of, I guess, a promo book, right? That could be. I guess with the promo books, those are probably the ones that are worth the most. Here's Spider-Man, sort of silver ink, special edition.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of going. Look at that jacked up Venom, man.
yeah. Looks cool. Looks cool though. It's
I
a cool
think I've
book.
actually got and oh, that character is Guardian, or one of the, I think, Guardian in the green at the bottom. The
It
trial of
has
Venom.
embossing, if I remember correctly. This one has embossing on it.
It's embossed.
Yeah, like the webs are embossed or something's embossed on this, if I remember.
Okay. I don't remember. I do think I have this issue though. It's pretty neat, the silver Spidey face up in the corner Ditko box though. Definitely silver inked enhancement. Here's a one song by John Beatty and
That's awesome.
Marv Wolfman. Of course, if it was signed by Perez, he would have signed it right over the logo. That was kind of his thing. Not always, but mostly. There you go. This looks like a full cover here. I've got some of this. I don't have this particular issue, but I do have some of this title here. That's signed by Tim Townsend. That's Image Comics. Here you go. One signed by three people: Paul Smith, Bob McLeod, Iron Lantern. Sort of an amalgamated comic.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's a Steve Ditko cover, I believe.
Apex, if you're still in the chat, I sent you, I DM'd you the tracking number and the USPS.com website. You can look it up there. It's in Dallas.
Now,
Your
this is
package there.
sort of a holographic full cover because the webs are in the silver background, has webs in it.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Salva
That's cool.
Sema.
Yeah, I have a bunch of. I totally forgot. I met Sabu Shema and I got a bunch of stuff signed by him. Like he signed a stack of comics from me, and he's like he didn't care. Like it's like yeah, I'm a fan. Blah blah blah. And I was a little kid. I was like maybe 12, 13, somewhere in there. He just signed a big stack of comics from me. It was awesome.
Yeah, little kids can get away with that,
Yeah.
When
Once you get older, everybody gets speculative. Oh, you're gonna resell them. Blah blah blah. So annoying.
what are you, jealous? That's what I'd tell them. Yeah, this 8 or 9 year old in front of me, they were saying limit one. That's when Stan Lee was signing for free. Um, and this kid brought up 6 books and he signed all of them. And I thought, good for you. At the time I was cursing him. But
Right.
he called this a Jason Bascom remark. I would call this more than a remark. Wouldn't you? Would
Yeah.
you consider that a remark? This was
Like,
obviously a
redid the whole
blank
damn
cover.
cover.
Huh?
Oh, this is a blank cover.
Well, it must have been. But I would call this more than a Jason Bascom remark.
Is it a remark or did he like paint out the bottom half and then like draw his own cover on there? This is like a cover recover.
I'm going to assume it was a blank cover with the logo.
That's crazy.
That's a little bit more than a remark.
Yeah, I would say that's like a
Yeah.
What's it? Blank cover. That's blank cover art.
Here we go. Billy Tucci again on She, #5.
Sexy. Sexy.
Sexy long neck. Giraffe woman. Yeah, he's got nice collection, huh? This is
Yeah.
just part of what he's got. Here's another picture of him with his cat. Oh,
Oh, oh,
the
he's in
cat's on the
Texas.
right for you that might
He's in
get,
Texas.
because
Let
they're
me see.
both got
He's in
gray hair,
Texas.
right?
Yeah. Which one's the cat? Is that a hairless cat on the left?
Egyptian cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those hairless Egyptians, although it does have some hair. Here you go. A man called Axe, signed Bavara and Malibu Publishing from
That's
1994. Tommy Lee Edwards signed that one. Here's another Michael Allred Madman sign. Madman Adventures.
very cool.
Wild, huh? Also through Tundra.
Very cool. Very cool.
Madman's a pretty cool character.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a good run of Batman. I've got a good, 10 or
This
12
is one
issues.
I've not seen. This is Marvel UK Super Soldiers.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one. Yeah, yeah. That's a
Uh,
cool one.
full enhanced, raised, embossed logo.
Mhm.
That's USA Agent down below, isn't it?
Right, in the circle.
Yeah, number one. I've not seen that particular UK one. Rodney Ramos signed that one. Here's a
Rodney?
Vampirella from 1994, Harris Publishing. That's a nice cover.
Yeah,
Although that skull's too small,
yeah. The eyes look
is
a
it
little bit
not?
weird. Yeah, it looks a little small, yeah.
That must have been midget vampire.
Yeah. Who's the artist on that? Is that
Well, I
Blood?
can only tell you the signatures was Tom uh, Sniglowski and Caesar
Antomati.
Automatic signed it.
Antomati.
Signed it there. Ooh,
Antomatati.
around the private parts there
Ooh la la.
on the legs. 1994. So old signatures. That's another thing about signatures. Often they come dated, which is
I
pretty
wonder,
neat.
I wonder if that's inked by Joe Weems. Joe Weems, it looks like Joe Weems in this.
But you would agree that skull's too small, really.
Yeah, this is a little
Just a
small.
little bit.
It's a little wonky.
Uh, Maximum Clonage Omega issue here.
Goodness
This one's
gracious.
personalized to Michael Bagley.
From Mark Bagley. Wow, that's very nice.
Oh, to Michael Bagley.
To
So
Michael.
to Michael Bagley. Yeah.
To
Okay.
Michael Bagley. There you go.
So
Yeah.
it was no. Well, it kind of runs together, but I don't know. I've got my. I told you about my Stan Lee trade paperback sign.
Yeah.
Um, it's to Larry or something. Or no, Wildcat or something. I don't know. This is a key issue. Harbinger number one.
Ooh,
Only fifty
nice.
thousand of those printed.
Yeah, I've got two copies of that.
I've got two copies. One of them's got some cover luster on the back cover missing, so it's damaged, but I only paid $12 for it. The other one I traded for. This one's signed by Jim Shooter. Only
Yeah.
50,000 copies. This used to be a $60 issue when it became
I,
hot.
I remember when that book was like $120 for a
Oh, was it
little bit there.
120? Okay.
Yeah, for
Wow.
a little bit, for like a month or two, it was 120, and then all of a sudden, Valiant just like started tanking. And then it was like $60. Then it was like
Okay.
$40, but it's come back and steadily priced now.
Yeah, I mean, 50,000, not a big print run. I mean, it's larger than some, but those books are like 30 years old at this point, and like I have a damaged copy. It looks nice except for that one place on the back cover.
Right.
It's definitely worth the $12 that I paid for it on eBay. Um, I don't think I have this issue.
Yeah. Superman, Doomsday, Funeral Issue.
Memorial set issue. I might have. I might have a different variant on this though. Maybe the DC Universe one. Here you go. One signed by Mark Mike
Yeah,
DiCarlo.
that's cool.
Big writer. Wasn't wasn't Mike DiCarlo? Wasn't he writer of the Death of Superman? One of the writers on that.
Sounds familiar. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Evil Ernie, and then often with these, this one's from Entity Comics. Um, they would come with these little from Coffin Comics or whatever certificate of authenticity, often red or smaller than this. But yeah, COAs. Of course, anybody can make a COA. Here's a Simon Bisley Lobo. There you go
Yeah, that's awesome. What's
for
a
you
COA?
Bisley fans out there.
COA.
Another die cut cover here. Just Thrasher's head is cut out on this one.
Right. Yeah.
That's Mark Bagley cover.
I remember when he was doing New Warriors and Amazing Spider-Man at the same time. That was
Oh,
nice.
I really like the New Warriors. You know what? He is one, and then Rage there came from the Avengers, the guy that looks like the Mexican wrestler or whatever.
Yeah, I have
Um,
issues 1 through whatever, like 50 or 70 or of the
and
New
is that
Warriors.
Shadowhawk? What's that character?
Darkhawk.
Darkhawk?
Darkhawk.
Darkhawk, yeah.
Yeah, I've got all the issues of Darkhawk, 1 through whatever. Because
He's an artist that his
Mark
style has
Bagley.
not really changed over the years.
Yeah, Mark Bagley. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
he's pretty
Painkiller
been
Jane.
consistent. Painkiller Jane. I would say Tom Grummett is another one of those that it's kind of remained, consistent with their. They've not changed.
Oh, that's really an argument. That was awesome. I thought it was a Joe Q cover. Death in the Family, signed by who here? That's Mike
Mike
Mignola,
McNola
right?
cover signed by Mike DiCarlo. Here's Dan
That's about that
Pan,
comic. Yeah.
Panelson.
Pacino. That's how he says it.
Pacino. Okay, Dan Pacino and Greg Capullo. This is
Oh,
an full
sorry.
embossed cover.
So I used to pronounce his name Pacino, but it's Panosian. Sorry, Panosian.
Okay, well, Panosian, he's got a word balloon there for Magneto.
Yeah.
It's kind of different.
Panosian.
That's almost like a remark, but not really.
Panosian.
There we go. Another serious comic, Dawn comic. I knew you'd love this one, Homer.
Yeah. Well, I've got that comic. I picked up.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Are the pages stuck together?
Yeah, you
Yeah?
can't. Yeah, I just
Okay, you can't read
It's
it.
totally
Okay.
glossed over. Yeah.
Okay. John Beatty signed this one. This is George Perez cover.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Here you go. Here's a rare one. I've not seen this. Well,
Ooh,
I mean,
I have that one.
it's a promo book. But
Yeah.
now, look at these legs. Um,
What's not to like about those legs?
what
Yeah,
the
well,
hell's going on between his knee and his heel of his? Flared boots or not, this looks whack.
It's whack. It's not even wonky. It's whack.
It does not look anatomically correct from the knee to the.
Is that a big head? It looks like he's got a big head.
No, the head looks fine, but the legs and the foreshortening there, the legs aren't long enough, the calf area and all that, to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really? That doesn't look jacked to you. Okay,
one
well,
on
maybe it's the angle.
his right leg, a little bit. Yeah.
Dan Fraga signed that one.
Is that by Dan Fraga?
It might be. If that's Dan Fraga artwork, it's jacked, Dan.
Well,
I'm just
it's
saying.
yeah. I don't think it's Dan Fraga artwork. I think on the inside there's interviews of all the guys at Extremes.
Okay, yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Shelby would know, but Shelby's not here. This is Incredible Hulk versus Venom. Didn't know about this one. 1994, signed by Peter David. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I've got that one. That's an awesome one. Yeah. You don't have
Wow,
that one?
Hulk's got a chin there.
Yeah.
A lot going on in that cover.
Yeah, isn't that P. Craig Russell? I think he did that other one earlier too. That we're talking about that I said had the webs were embossed. I think this is similar to that one. Like something is embossed.
You think this is Craig Russell cover?
Isn't it? I think it is.
I don't think he'd ever do anything like
No,
that. And I'd say no on that.
some Craig or some Craig artists. Ding, ding. Is he cross-eyed? Look at him real quick. Is he cross-eyed? I don't
I
think so.
think this is a Twin Towers cover.
Ooh,
Twin
yeah.
Towers
Yeah.
there. How about that?
Ding,
There's been a
ding.
few New York Twin Towers covers. Oh, look at this one. I love that. Rainbow Holo Full.
Yeah, that's a
Ghost
good one.
Rider 2099, #1. That's probably my favorite cover out of all of them. A good skull cover. Who can?
Right.
Shadow Man. Here we go. Shadow Man #1. This was the book that he listed twice, and I said, "You listed this twice. How does that count?"
Yeah. That's Shadow
I'm a
Man number
Jim
one.
Shooter. #1, yeah. I've got a 9.8 Shadow Man #1, 9.8 CGC graded. It's Steve Ditko cover. Toxic Avenger. There you go. #11.
Yeah,
Atom
that's
Bomb
cool.
cover. Explosion cover. That is a thing. Atom Bomb explosion cover. Another glow in the dark here. Batman #532. That's nice. I don't have this particular one. Signed by John Beatty there. I like his signature. John Beatty's got a great signature. Bruce Zick signed this. Caliber Comics 1992 Zone Continuum #1. I don't know that I have #1. I have some of these. I am aware of this comic. I don't remember the orange around. Signed on the inside though. Very cool book. I'm surprised he's got some of this indie stuff. Streams a Violet #0. Blackout Comics. Some of these are, very rare. You know, indeed. I have this issue here embossed. Might even have it signed by. I'm trying to think of his name. Um, the inker. That was the Avengers from 1993. Here you go. New Titans. I always like that Panther character. Kind of like the DC Hellcat character. Here's one that I might have signed. I have this particular issue. Neil Gaiman book. Embossed cover from Techno Comics. I have a signed copy, but I don't. It's really a neat book. There's your lizard representation, Lorenzo, for today. You knew we were going to get to that, right? Where Glitz says he'll be right back. Are you even in the back? Okay, he'll be right back. There we go. Shadowhawk says, good night, everyone. A time for dinner. Hell Rex, Omer Glitch, and the world's best chat. Lady Death swimsuit special #1, signed by Joe Linsner and Billy Tucci. Swimsuit issues were a thing of the 90s. See, those legs look a little, the proportions, Of course, this is older work by the artist. Infinity War #1, Al Milgrom sign. Ron Lim cover there. This was nice. I just found this one. This was posted in December 19th, 2024 by Marcus Killigrew. A reimagining of the cover of X-Men 141 from Colossus perspective. Very nice with the Sentinel head and arm and Colossus and the Stones in the background. Very nice. I like that. Good job, Marcus. George Perez and Mike DiCarlo signed this one. George Perez cover. This one he signed on the splash page there, the inside cover. Jim Aparo and Mike DiCarlo. Artwork inside. Another Painkiller Jane, #1. Signed by Jimmy Palmiotti, Event Comics. And signed by Rick Leonardi. Another Marvel Knights sketchbook from 1998, Wizard Press, a little promo. Those are neat. Those are generally pretty neat books that fly under the radar. Here's another Carl Banks signed one. Silver ink logo there. 0 issue. I believe I've got that. I think this one even comes in the DC Universe rare variant barcode. Gen 13 here, Brandon Cho and Jim Lee. That's a half issue. Wizard half issue. Signed on the inside there, one of the signatures. There you go, another Dawn book. Very sexy outfit there. Sirius Press put that out in 1997. Crypt of Dawn, #2. Here you go. Andrew Peepoy, Nightman #3. Signed by him. Oh, Nightman going up against Freaks. One of the characters in Freaks. There, destroying the logo. Here's Razor Zero. Signed. Very nice. Look at that. London Night edition. Very stylish. Max Immortal. Signed by Richard Vetch. And with the trading card of Richard. I've got some Max Immortals. Some of those were embossed. Signed on the inside here. And there's a close-up of Richard Vest. Sort of self-portrait trading card. He used to do some Swamp Thing. Here's a She Wizard half edition. A little manga style. Look at that. Batman, George Perez cover. Did some nice work on that. Charlemagne, yeah, that was a Defiant book there for a while, signed by Jim Shooter. Like that cover. 0 issue. 0 issues became, here's signed Michael Golden. That's kind of nice. Looks like gold enhanced cover. I don't know that the gold, the full enhancement helped that much, really. I mean, it's an excuse to charge more for the book, right? Here's a John Byrne cover of Batman. Many Deaths of Batman. John Byrne doing the writing, and he did some of the covers for that. Jim Aparo inside and DiCarlo. John Byrne cover there. Part 3 of 3 in that. We'll see another one of those here in a minute. Valiant Comics. X-O Man of War there. A little glare on that one. I think that's Andy Smith. I'm getting to what Andy Smith signed that one. X-O Man of War 50X. Here's a Genesis edition of Dawn from Sirius, a Wizard exclusive giveaway promo. Came with your Wizard magazine. Polybagged with it, I'm sure. Or send away. Here's your holographic cover, but just like the little trading card size. Remember these? A lot of those got messed up in printing. I've got a few of them. Signed on the inside by John Romita Jr. Did the interior artwork. Here's another John Byrne cover of Batman. I've got this particular issue. That one signed by Mark DiCarlo. George Perez signed that again up in the logo. Ron Lim cover on this. He took over with issue 5 of doing the covers from George Perez. Sax and Violin, something like that. Number 1, George Perez, Peter Davidson. I've got some of this. Heavy Hitters, Epic Comics came out with that. Epic Comics, or the Heavy Hitters series. That's signed on the inside. Inside front cover, it looks like. Robin, I've not seen this one. This is Robin 2. DCS backer board exclusive insert. Kevin McGuire signed that. So I guess maybe that's a backing board for the book. Not sure. Not an actual book. I don't know. Deluxe collector's set. I don't know what that is. Was that it? I think so. Tom Welling, who did Smallville, arrested for DUI at Arby's parking lot. Did you see that? Wow, and checked out this jacked up bear, man. This is a white rock bear. Only 300 members of this species still exist. Some nice artwork there. Polaris. Got some other things. Very nice. Go check it out on my... This is a mock-up sketch cover. I'd like to see that. Predator versus Black Panther. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, yeah. There you go. Nice Gil Man. Always carrying the babe in his arms. Love me some Sim Aparo. Neil Gaiman just made all his work worthless. Yeah. I never really, got into Neil Gaiman that much. I have some original color sheets from this issue here. This is Adam Hughes, if I'm not mistaken, Jargonite going up against Wolverine. Wolverine number 93 from 1995. I've got some production artwork to that. Pretty soon Shadowhawk will have some production artwork to that. I traded him that. Yeah. Got some neat stuff listed over there. Here you go. Here's your mashup. Man-Thing versus Swamp Thing. Who wins? Bernie Wrightson. There's your Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing. Little Godzilla there versus Fantastic Four. I think that's a thing, believe it or not. And I don't mean the thing, but a thing. Alan Alda turned 89 on the 28th. MASH and other things. 89 years old. Look at this frogfish. Frogfish. Wild looking, huh? Give us a kiss, Ducky. Oh, look at this Bruce Timm piece. Going up against AIM. AIM. Yeah, I got some cool stuff over there. Always retweeting some cool stuff. So check it out.
Good. Check it out, guys. Check it out.
Check it out on my, there's you some Warlord. I read out some Mike Grell Warlord stuff back in the day.
Yep. Terror. Crypt of Terror.
3D. Three-dimensional terror, yeah.
Oh, look, these are some old business cards I used to have.
Glitch. Yeah. I'm due a package, and you did send me a package. I think February 1st is when it's due. I think I saw that. And that's not wonky at all. PBR in the house.
What's up, PBR?
Well, Omer, thanks for coming on. I hope everybody enjoyed seeing all those obscure, some of them, in some cases, obscured autograph enhanced covers. What's your favorite uh, enhanced cover? Leave your comments down in the description if you want to. That helps the algorithm of the channel more than ever. We are on the march, only 40 more, and we'll hit 500 subscribers. But we're on the slow march to 500.
I'm thinking I might do a rando stream later tonight, maybe around 10 or 11.
Wow, you
If you're up,
are you are
if you're up for it,
mainlining on that.
if you're up for it, I'll send you the link.
Just because I do it every day doesn't mean I do applaud your fortitude and stick to itiveness. Um, you're going to be working anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish a couple pieces off, so that's why I might throw up a random stream. If not, I'll just work on offline. But it'd be fun to just
Yeah.
go on. But it takes a little bit. Like I throw up a thumbnail, I put it in the description, I try to tag whoever might show up. So it's not that random. It takes a little work on the back end whenever I set one up. So
PBR, I showed a lot of nice stuff. We had good conversation with Omer for the most part.
yeah,
You'll have to go back and watch it on replay. He said his Wi-Fi crap out earlier. Um, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Keep collecting. Look for his random stream later.
later tonight, possibly.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm gonna finish the last disc of the first season, which I think's the best season of Daniel Boone. They have won the birthday of Cain. It was a two-parter. It was really good.
Nice.
It was a good suspenseful story where Boone's Boonesboro, where the fort, you know, all that's established in season one. They've got atmospheric stories. If you're going to get Daniel Boone, get the first season because it's really after that it kind of becomes standard, you know, and it eventually goes to color. All of that shot in 1964, maybe 63, some of it, but on TV in 64, the whole first season. It's probably the best out of all of them.
Are you watching it
Um,
off of DVD or what are you watching?
Yeah, DVD. Yeah. I
Ooh.
don't have all the seasons of Daniel Boone. Can't even tell you how many seasons it ran, but it ran from like the mid 60s to the late 60s,
I
maybe
wonder if it's
even
on
up to early 70s.
it's on like
Ran for a
Tubi or
while.
something, or like the Western channel on Roku or something.
Oh yeah, it might be on that. Yeah. It deals with the early frontier type stuff, you know, of Kentucky, you know, founding Kentucky. Some
Cool.
part taken up in Virginia because it's all in Pennsylvania, but um, most of it's in old Kentuck, as they say. Um,
Kentucky.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch, or I was watching for a while, like all the old Lone Rangers off of the Western channel on the
Hmm.
Roku app.
Yeah. I'll be hitting some Lone Ranger here pretty soon. I'm trying to get into this Western mindset,
Yeah.
but now I've been limiting what I view because, and really, I've probably done too much already today. I probably need to. Large portion of the day was watching two or three discs of Daniel Boone, trying to finish up the first season and go on to something else. But um, yeah, there for a couple of days, I didn't watch. Give my eyes a rest. You know, when you
Right.
binge
Yeah, I
watch
heard you
several
mention that the other
hours,
day.
your eyes get dry, and then I stream too. See, so I don't want to go blind. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, keep collecting. We'll see you tomorrow on the 4 o'clock shadow. Bow for now. Omer, I'll give you the final word and a
Keep
little hand wave.
collecting. Keep collecting.